All right, we are live. Welcome to Soscast, episode 49. If you're not familiar with what we do here, Soscast is where finance meets romance. We're going to have a lot of fun today with our guests. Let me set the tone here on Valuetainment, the #1 channel in the world for entrepreneurs. Google it if you don't believe me, y'all. If you have not subscribed to Valuetainment or Valuetainment Money, Natalia, tell them what to do. I mean, can we do that for them?
Yes, guys. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, share with your mom, your dad, your cousins, your friends.
Your kids, your wives,
everybody you got.
Let them know,
sure.
Natalia.
You guys, you're missing out if you're not. So make sure you guys subscribe.
Thank you, Natalia. And Natalia is going to be managing the chats, the super chats. We're going to be doing a lot of questions today. Are you guys ready to answer some questions, controversial topics? Amazing. If you're not familiar with what we do here on the Soscast, shout out to our returning valuetainers and friends and family out there that are watching. But if you're not familiar, my name is Adam Sosnick. My friends call me Sos. This is the Soscast, and we're here to help men improve financially, their sexual market value, and win in life. One of the things we always say is we want to get you paid, we want to get you laid so you can do it your way. And we brought on an expert panel in getting paid and getting laid. I think so. Okay. So special guests on the show today. Let's start with the beautiful ladies first. Not that you're not a hot dude, brother, but MLD, you'll be next.
I'm not offended at all. I'm not offended.
Monica, how do you say your last name?
Holt. Yeah.
Holt. Monica
Yeah.
Holt, better known as Swedish Bella.
Yes, sir.
Content creator.
Yes.
OnlyFans.
Yes.
Massive on Instagram.
Yes.
Couple million followers.
Yes, sir.
What am I leaving out other than being
Nothing.
gorgeous and cool and fun and all that?
Thank you. Nothing.
That's it. I summed it up.
Yeah, you did.
That's
you
it,
did.
guys. The show's over. We're
The show's
done.
over. Bye.
See you next week.
MLD, better known as MLD.
Yeah.
My boy John, Modern Life Dating.
It's me.
Hot Dude Life. Okay, we're going to get into some of that today. What we do here on the Soscast. Shout out to and friends and family out there that are watching. Is Adam Sosnick. This is the Soscast. Improve financially, their sexual market value, and win in life. One of the things we want to get you paid, we want you laid so you can do it your way. Expert panel in getting paid and getting laid. I think so. Okay. So special guests on the show today. Let's start with the beautiful lady first. Not that you're not a but MLD.
At all. I'm not offended.
Monica, better known as Swedish Bella.
Yes, sir.
Content creator.
Yes.
OnlyFans.
Yes.
Massive on Instagram.
Yes.
Couple million followers.
Sir.
What am I leaving out other than being and cool and fun and all that?
Thank you. Nothing.
That's it. I summed it up.
Yeah, you did.
That's
you
it,
did.
guys. The show's over.
The show's
done.
over. Bye.
See you next week.
MLD, better known as MLD. My boy John, Modern Life Dating.
It's me.
Hot Dude Life on. If you don't know,
Follow me.
dating coach that's helping men of all ages improve in the sexual marketplace, right? And you live in Tokyo to be exact. I
Tokyo.
believe.
Yeah.
So-
Long flight to be here.
Wow.
This is who we're bringing you guys out here, okay? By way of Arizona,
Yes.
visiting.
Mm-hmm.
Miami though, right?
And then I left. We lived in Orlando for 13 years, and then I left to.
We're interesting. I was basically, they call me whore. I don't know why they called me it, but
Who's
whatever.
they?
Like
Media?
the people in the comments, like social
Okay.
media, just
Yeah.
general, and that I should be ashamed of myself and this and that.
For
you
what?
know?
For doing what?
For basically making money off of what I do and bringing other people into our relationship.
Well, let me ask you: are you going to change anything you do because some commentary
Hell
on
no.
social media?
I don't
Yeah.
care. They
All right,
don't.
so, you know.
Listen, this is if
Well,
you don't.
go like this, Monica. Just
Yeah.
just wipe it off. I don't know.
This is like if you don't fuck me, feed me, or finance me, you have no say in what I
Wow.
do. So
Fuck me, feed me, or finance
Finance
me.
me.
That's the 3 F's right
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So
Food's the easiest route. So.
yeah. And I rather go with good food
Mm-hmm.
than somebody have tons of money. But that's me.
Food over money?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a weirdo
What?
like that. Yeah.
She's already bossed up.
What about food
money-
over sex?
Probably. Yeah. No. At the same time, maybe. But
Well, like the running joke with Ron Jeremy,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. Oh, I
No.
know.
Here, the Ron Jeremy, legendary male porn star. Check out his work if you've never seen it, whatever. But well-endowed gentleman who allegedly could S his own D.
Ugh.
Gross, not a fan.
Yeah. No.
That's not my, I don't know.
you don't roll
but-
like that.
But
No, that's disgusting. It's okay.
okay, exactly.
I think that's settled.
We're not talking about
He
that.
gained now. I think he's doing some creepy stuff. He might be jail. No,
He's
but
in
he
jail,
gained a
actually.
lot of weight because he loved food.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
to your point, he liked eating so much that he would rather
Eat.
eat
Oh.
his way out of being a sexual icon.
I thought you were saying he
Yeah.
was eating and having sex at the same time.
No, but I'm sure he's
Like that
done
episode of
I'm
Seinfeld
sure
with
that
George.
happened.
You ever see that
Oh,
episode?
yes,
George
of course.
Costanza like eating and
Of course. Well, sometimes he had the Crip notes on his hand.
he put like the headphones and listen to the baseball game and be having sex and eating a sandwich.
Good old Costanza.
Oh, I love
Okay,
George.
so you're married. How long have you been married?
6 years.
6 years.
Oh, that's good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How old are you?
I'm 38.
Okay, so you get married at 32. How old is John?
John is 40. He turns 41.
Wow, he's lucky.
He's doing his thing.
40, like, and she's just renting him out. You
Yeah.
gotta go fuck these girls.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you can give us some wisdom for the gentleman out there how they
Oh,
can
yeah, of
pull
course.
something like that
Yeah.
off. Let's get to know MLD, Modern Life Dating. That's what he goes by.
It's me.
Relationship status and how you make your money.
I'm seeing people, and so I'm having a good life. I'm not out there like I used to be. Recently, I've been focusing more on the brand and expanding and stuff. I run something that is my bread and butter. It's called the Masculine Empowerment Network. Okay, and we talk about the core four, which is important for every man.
Yep.
And I always say this, and you hear it often: make money, make muscles, learn game, hold frame. Money, muscles, game, frame. With those core four things, every man can have an above average life. And I've taken guys who are on the brink of homelessness, and over a period of 2 years, these guys are making six figures,
Oh, that's
turning their
amazing.
lives around, going literally, I had a guy in France who is a virgin living in his mother's basement, literally. And now
Like the classic case of the guy, the basement dweller.
his name is Timothy. He has
Just putting him out there.
I'm not gonna say
Yeah.
his last
Okay.
name. There's a lot of French guys named Timothy.
His name is Timothy Chalamet. You might have heard
Shout
of
out
him.
to Timothy.
Yes.
But he turned his life around in 2 years. Now he's making like 20,000 euros a month. He's working with this cryptocurrency team as their art director. He also works for a bunch of video game companies. I'm not going to name the names, but the big ones in France. We all know which one I'm talking about. But he's making a lot of money now, and he completely turned his life around. He has a girlfriend. He moved out. So that's what I focus on. Like, I don't really care about. I know a lot of people right now in America are obsessed with like clout and followers and
Yeah.
shit like that. I don't really care about that. All I care about is men who want to change their life and come to me and are willing to do the work to be the man that they want to be, not the man that society tells them to be, not that their mom tells them to be, that their dad tells them to be, so they can have that internal congruency, which is really attractive when you're dealing with girls too.
MLD, let me ask you. So let's use Timothy as a case example, and I know that his case is not everyone's situation, but like, what was his problem? And are there certain identifiable problems that most men that come to you have?
Yeah, it all roots down to what I call something called inner game, which is like your inner self-esteem, the inner conversation you have with yourself, which is formulated in your youth. In America and a lot of westernized countries right now, it is kind of standard for people to come from like a broken home, mom and dad arguing, like divorce, all this stuff that people in the West think is normal, but the majority of the world is not doing this stuff. So a lot of these guys have these broken belief systems, this deep-rooted insecurity that manifests itself in kind of bad ways, like addicted to porn, addicted to drugs, addicted to gambling, addicted to prostitutes, addicted to food. As we're in America, like every time I come back here, I'm like, everybody just keeps getting
What
fatter.
percentage of the people you deal with are American versus international?
That's a good question. I would say about probably 70% American, and then 30% Canadian, Australian, Indian, Saudi.
Mostly English speaking.
Everything's done in English. But I have like a guy who bypassed the firewall in China to find me.
Wow,
Oh, wow.
that's not easy to do.
That's no.
I've interviewed people that run it's called the Firewall Cafe.
Oh, wow.
I went to something called the Freedom Forum with Gary Kasparov. Shout out to Gary Kasparov, the greatest chess player in the history of the world.
Oh, wow.
He runs something called, he's Russian, anti-Putin advocate. And he invited me down to the Freedom Forum. This was down in Miami last year. And they had a couple different avenues or classes, conversations that were taking place. Freedom being one of them. China being a major part of that. Human trafficking. And ironically, Bitcoin and crypto was a part of it because a lot of,
Hacking.
the worse your country gets, the more you need to take your money away from the government, right?
Yeah.
So not that we need to get all into that, but we're going to talk about the core four today. We're going to talk about your inner voice. We're going to talk inner game.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about relationships. But let's start with Monica. I've got
Yes.
some questions for you.
Yes, sir.
By the way, it's not going to be, all right, Monica, you talk night, like conversation. Have fun.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
And the lovely Natalia, who is a fan favorite for everybody. Everyone in the chat right now, if you've got a crush on Natalia, let her know right now.
Put a 1 in the chat.
You know,
Put a
instead
1.
of that,
Put a one.
I like
Put a 1 in the
that.
chat.
Go
no,
ahead.
No. Instead
ahead.
of that, give us some good, juicy questions.
Yes. Well, that was my
That's
next
it.
No,
point.
we gotta
Natalia's
get the
going to be managing the chat.
questions.
Either tell Natalia how amazing she is or ask us some questions for Monica or MLD. We're going to be answering your questions throughout the episode. We're not going to wait till the very end. Natalia, tell you love her. Give us a little super chat.
Woo.
There it is. And let's go from there. Well, with that being said, Monica,
Yes.
Swedish Bella.
Yes.
Okay, Miss Bella. I saw your video. Natalia's going to pull this up. We've done our research on you. We're not just half-assing this and just, hey, welcome to the show. Tell us about yourself. We know you. We've seen your stuff. We've seen you on Instagram.
Yeah.
But this video right here, I had to discuss.
Yes.
Okay, and it's called "My Husband Controls My Life," and I love it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Really?
That's the way,
okay.
that's the way Jesus made it.
That's the way. Jesus, God bless you, sir. So you said that 98% of your day revolves around your husband.
Yes.
He's more the assertive type. You're the
Yes.
more the submissive type. I don't think you guys are,
No
objecting
power
to
struggle.
that. There's no power struggle.
No.
You're good with that. You have what is known as a traditional marriage, not that very common these days, making a comeback, I feel. And he kind of makes the rules.
Yeah.
He makes the money. He takes care of the finances. He pays the bills. He plays the guitar.
Yes.
Whereas you're sort of the ideal housewife. You're
Yes.
doing the chores. You're doing the cooking. You're doing the cleaning. He's like pancakes. You're like, I got it. Done.
Yes.
Boom. Your job is also looking good, staying fit. Kudos to you. Job
you.
well done. But, all right, so the traditional marriage.
Yes.
But a lot of women, including a lot of your girlfriends, are basically saying, I don't get this a little bit. I'm not so sure that I agree with this. And they feel that you've lost your dignity as a woman. This is
Yes.
some of the words that some of
What?
these
Your
women have
friend said
said.
this?
Yes.
So
Yeah,
what
yeah.
don't people understand about your traditional marriage? Break that down.
So for me, I come from a broken home. My mom and dad were divorced when I was 3, and then my mom met my stepdad, and my stepdad was amazing. He passed away though. But when she met my stepdad, they did have a traditional marriage. Even though he was my real dad, he did adopt me. So, but I feel like I love pleasing men, and I love pleasing the person I'm with. I am a giver, so it works well for me. And I'm also not. I am very. I would say I am not a sub in work life, but I am a sub in love life, if that makes sense.
Sub meaning a submissive?
Yes,
Yeah.
a submissive.
Okay, so you're saying you're not a sub work life,
Yeah,
but
I'm.
in your home life?
Yes.
How do you balance the two?
She's boss babe at work.
Yeah,
Comes home, she's
exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
Puts her hair down.
Can
she's
you
like, what do you
flip
want me
the
to do?
light switch? All right,
Yeah, I
boss
can.
time. All right, babe time.
It's because when I work or when I do stuff, because it's I don't only do OnlyFans. I actually we have a Future of Exclusivity. It's a company that helps to manage girls models with brand deals and stuff. So I do work for that company during the day, and I do my OnlyFans stuff. So not being in a bossy position when you're at home with your husband is actually nice, when somebody's taking care of you and makes all the decisions and you don't have to care, which it kind of says a little bit lazy, but I like it.
It's not lazy. Why is that lazy to take care of somebody you love?
Yeah, no, that's not. I didn't mean that was lazy. I just mean that, it's just nice when somebody makes decisions for you.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to finance or when it comes to paying stuff and stuff like that. I just like it. And I also like a dude that's a little bit bossy, especially when it comes to, having sex and stuff.
Yeah.
I like
Just
it
the
rough.
sex stuff, or just in?
I think it's in
life?
general.
Well, when it comes to our bedroom, I like it rough. But, in regular life when we're together, I like when he picks out my stuff or,
I saw he picks out your outfits, tells you what to wear.
Yeah, and I love that because
Really?
I know that.
I came here ready to fight, but I love her already.
You thought you'd be fighting with her.
Because my friend, my audience is like, this girl, she does this and that. I was like, what? I don't know. I didn't know who you were. But everything I hear, I'm like, wow, I co-signed
So this
this.
is the type of relationship you would want in your life.
This is a relationship I have.
You have this. You're like, want? I got that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, good
you
for
know,
you then.
and if he picks something up for me or buys something for me, I know, I feel sexy for him because I know that's what he likes.
Mm-hmm.
And I like it because I know he's attracted to me. So, being a female and being like, oh, I don't care what my man says. I'm going to do what I want, this and that. But the problem here is that when a girl is like that all the time, the
Mm-hmm.
dude will be like,
Yeah.
it's I
annoying.
don't know. It's annoying.
Yeah.
I would
Why
say
the
it's
fuck would
annoying.
you want to come home to that shit?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, you go out and fight the world all day, and you come home and you have some fucking in
Yeah.
the front door. Like, why am I doing all this?
Yeah,
you know what I
you
mean?
don't want that. You don't
No.
want to have any of that.
Were you ever that way? Did you learn the hard way? Like, did you ever have a situation where you were dating a guy? You said you've been with your husband 6 years.
Yes.
You dated how long before that?
My ex was 11 years.
Okay,
and I
so
only had
that-
two long-term relationships.
Well, you've had other situations. I mean,
I've dated,
Okay.
but that's
But
I'm raised
did
Catholic.
you learn the hard way? Meaning, the guy was like, "Listen, Monica, I've been working my ass off all day. Will you just stop it? Just go
No.
make me a sandwich." You're like, "I would never." So you've always
I've
been
always
the
been like
submissive
this.
type.
Yeah,
I want
I've
to know
always
how
been like this.
I want to know how you came to that conclusion, because a lot of girls take like your lifestyle as like an offensive thing to say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My mom, she's a raging narcissist, by the way.
Your mom.
So yeah, so we don't
Shout
talk.
out to your mom. You're
Yeah.
doing great, by the way. Keep it up.
Yeah, she hates me. She literally
Hates
hates
you?
me. Oh yeah, hates
Your mom
me.
hates
Is
you.
she
Yeah,
legit NPD?
Yeah, she is also bipolar. She hates me. Like
Those are-
she
those are
she hates me a
synonymous.
lot. And also,
Hate's a strong word.
is a
Monica.
strong word.
well, she has said it. So
Oh, well, that's just.
There's not much to hate.
well, she does. She probably hates 99% of the people around her. So
Okay.
I
Oh,
don't feel
gotcha.
special.
She's an outlier. It's
Yeah.
okay.
So your mom's a hater.
Yeah, she is.
Okay.
But she always taught me this, that a woman should take care of her man and be cute always. And not be fat, because nobody wants a fat wife.
Exactly.
Damn. So
Well, I'm not. That's not my words.
Yeah.
People choose to be with who they want to be,
But
and
there's
whatever. But
there's no upside to being fat. I mean, it's killing you. Let's just be honest.
yeah, that is true.
Is
That
we not
true.
allowed to say that?
hey, say what you want to say.
Deny
So
reality
are
here.
are you saying that Lizzo's not killing the game, being hot?
She's killing her cholesterol level.
Damn.
Boom.
Mic drop. Put down the sodium. Okay,
Yeah.
so you have a bad relationship with your mom. You have a
Yeah.
great relationship with your
Yes.
husband.
Yeah.
OnlyFans off the charts, doing
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
But let's talk about, you have good girlfriends?
I do.
You have a lot
Yeah.
of good girlfriends?
No, I have a
You don't.
small
You've got a
amount.
close circle?
Yes.
Yeah.
So-
Very
I
close.
bet.
Talk to the ladies out there. Talk to your girlfriends out there. What, like, I assume you have friends that are like, I agree with you, Monica. I want to please my man. I'm more of the housewife role. I assume you have friends, or at least people you run into, that are more of the boss babe, feminist. I
Yeah,
would never talk to those two sectors out there. Like, what are the feminists not getting, and why embrace the housewife life?
I like the housewife life because I like cooking and I like cleaning and I like doing all those things. So I do it because I like it, and I also do it because I do want to have a good relationship. And people are like, well, what are you trying to do? I'm like, I'm not trying to do anything. This is who I am. I'm not trying or putting on an act or whatever.
This comes very natural
Yeah,
to you.
this is what I like doing.
This is the one good thing you learned from your mom.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So I got something with me from her. But anyway, so I like doing it. What I would say to the women who don't like doing it, okay, you don't have to do anything you don't like. Of course, you shouldn't be forcing yourself to be a good spouse. But I also feel like if you're forcing yourself to be a good spouse, maybe you're not in the right relationship. Because if you don't feel like doing good things for your man, you shouldn't be with that guy, because either he's bringing out the bad in you, or you're just not compatible because you don't have this wish to please him or do good things for him. And that's when people get confused, because they think that, well, I don't want to do this for my man. Like, and when you ask them why, oh, because he does this and that, and he's like this or he's like that. And I'm like, why are you with him then?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
And what do they respond with?
Well, either that he has a lot of money, or he's good in bed, or he's a good-looking dude, or I've settled. You know.
Well,
Like there's a better deal out there for her.
Yeah.
so what do you process all this?
So I agree
Like,
with
you
that.
thought you were going to come here and have an issue with this pretty lady.
Not really.
Next thing you know, you're like down on one knee being like, I wish you were married already.
I'm definitely not on one knee. No. Okay. No, I would agree with everything she said, but I slightly disagree, and not in an offensive way, but like with if you don't feel like doing something for your partner, like relationships and love isn't based upon your feelings. It is based upon making a decision to take care of this person. That's real love. Love about feelings and all this Disney shit, that's not fucking real. I mean, yeah, you feel it and stuff.
Yeah, of course.
But the reality is you're tested with your loyalty in relationship when shit's bad and you don't want to do the right thing. You know what I mean? It's the equivalent of a woman stop taking care of her man, like, you know, cooking, cleaning around the house, whatever the case may be, is the equivalent of a guy being like, you know what? I'm going to quit my job and just stay home and play video games. The girls be like, what are you doing? Like, that's not part of the deal.
Yeah, I agree.
So they need to uphold their end of the deal, and men need to uphold their end of the deal. Both sides need accountability, and both sides need to grow the fuck up, because a lot of people have these deluded ideas of relationships. They think that it's going to be the most perfect, flawless thing, and if I'm not having the most perfect, flawless relationship, then he's not the one for me. And then you have the girls fucking lying to each other, jerking each other off, saying like, oh, you deserve better, girl.
Yeah.
You're smart. You're independent. You're the best. Meanwhile, she's getting older. And listen, it's not a secret. As you get older as a woman, your options, they go down. It's
for sure.
It's bottom line.
You lose your
And
sexual
it's not,
market value.
Yeah,
right?
you know, listen, bro, come on. Fucking 18 to 23 to 33 to 34.
Yeah.
You know, there's a big difference in what's going on with her and the amount of attention she gets. But I think a lot of people have a very immature, idealized versions of relationships in their mind. But you have to work through conflict with your friendships, with your family. Why would a relationship not be anything different from that? I'm not saying you guys are like fighting every single day and you have to work through it. But you're two imperfect people coming together. There's going to be problems, inevitably. And there's nothing wrong with you. You're not a freak. You're not a monster because this is happening. It's just normal. You got to work through this shit. But I think a lot of people give up. We have a culture. I mean, people don't even wait 7 seconds for a website to load these days.
Yeah.
You know?
The sexual market value, let me kind of push back a little bit, whatever.
Yeah.
Do you want to have kids?
Yeah.
You
I
do?
Yeah.
And you said you're 37.
Yeah, I'm 38.
38. Okay. So here's a lady that looks great for 38.
Looks great in general.
Exactly. In general. Correct.
you.
Correct. On the sexual market value spectrum, she's quote unquote not in her prime. Okay.
No.
Right.
All right. Listen, I live in South Beach. I party with the best of them. I date a 21-year-old. I'll date a 41, like whatever. But like, I want to have kids. I want to marry. I want to get settled down. Like, there's women I meet who are in their mid-30s. I'm like, awesome. You look great. Amazing. But I'm thinking, all right, I'm in my early 40s. If I end up with this woman, I want to, like, I know that I want to have kids. Some guys don't want to have kids. I know that I want to settle down. So like, but also I'll meet a 21-year-old where I'm like, yeah, you're hot. But like, I'm not taking, like,
Why not?
Because at some point you're going to want to have conversations and have dialogue. And like, it's not just about, oh, you're hot.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
more
yeah.
to
Yeah.
it.
But I don't think age has
You
anything to do with
disagree?
that. I don't think age has anything to do with it.
Of course it does, bro.
But
What are you
have
talking about? If you're 21 and in a sorority, I don't give a shit how smart you are.
Have you ever
You don't
met
know
a-
what you're doing.
Have you ever met a 22-year-old that you actually have anything in common with? Like, what if you met a 22-year-old right now? You probably not have much to talk about.
I have pretty good conversations.
Well,
He's like, nope, I'm standing my ground on
There's a
this
shit-
one.
If she's 22, I'm going to make it
listen,
happen.
I'm with you on that to a certain extent. Dude, I'll talk to a wall. A log, how you doing, buddy? All right, great. I'm a wall, dude. I got you. Don't worry about it. I'll carry this for the both of us. So believe me, I can deal with the 22-year-old.
Yeah.
But it goes beyond that, bro. It's like, okay, we're going to a wedding. We're going to a business dinner. We're going to an event. And like, there's more to it. And I know that, don't listen to what other people say. It's like, if you're a 40-year-old man and you show up with a 22-year-old girl to a proper business dinner, that might be, you might get some different looks. And again, if you're comfortable with it,
I'm okay.
You're totally okay with
If
it.
I loved a chick, I don't give a shit what anybody says.
Oh, now you're talking. You're using the L word, brother. Nobody was using the L word in this entire.
If I really like her, why? Like, well, I don't know. I hate living in the prison of other people's opinion. I don't give a fuck.
I'm with you on that.
I don't give a shit. You don't like me? Sayonara. You know, go find another friend. Go find somebody who's dating an old woman. You know, if that's gonna be the make or break thing. But I really don't give a shit at all. My girl, she's 8 years younger than me. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? And I love being with her. She's 28. I'm 36. And we have awesome conversations. We travel. We do all these great things together. You know?
So, what do you think is the ideal age difference?
They say 8 years.
They say half your age plus 7.
That's storytelling bullshit. I'm talking like studies and stuff. Say like ideally the
8.
age gap. Yeah, when the man is 8 years older than the woman.
But that at a certain age, how does that work? Meaning, like, if you're 21, you're not dating a fucking 14-year-old. You know?
No, that's gross.
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
That wasn't
weird.
going in that direction
but
at all.
Okay, if you're 30, you should date a 22-year-old. So
yeah.
if you're 36, your girl's 28, you said?
Yeah,
All right,
that's
perfect.
pretty good,
So
right?
you've got a 3-year age gap?
Yes.
That's
I
great.
had a 10-year age gap with my ex.
Yeah.
So
I had a 15-year gap with my ex.
And it's
She
been
was
happening.
55.
Yeah, there you
No,
go.
I'm just kidding. She was younger. She was 25.
I like
You
it.
pop the dentures out during
Natalia,
sex.
best, what's the ideal age gap for you? You're 24, 25? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Older, I would say like 8 to 10 years. It's 2.
Shout out to the
max.
35, 36-year-olds out
Nice,
there.
yeah.
Don't get any ideas, buddy.
It just really depends because each person's different. I've met people who are older and really immature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I met those
and I'm
people.
like, you're
Yeah.
not how I would think someone your age would act. So it's really just depends on the person. I've also met people who are young and are pretty mature. What they lack in is in like in experience in
Yeah.
life. Like that's where they don't really have much like
Insight.
yeah, but then you can kind of, use the other person's insight to your advantage to kind of, guide your way through. But again, I think it's just maturity, how they grew up, morals. There has to be like more to it. It can't just be like, oh, you're 18, like you're hot. Like
I do think
Yeah.
that there
Get
is
married.
something about a relationship where the man has more experience, whether that's in
Yeah.
the business world or in the
Yeah.
bedroom or in the boardroom, wherever. And they're like, just come along, baby. I got you. Follow my
Yeah.
lead. And the girl's
Yeah.
like, okay. When you're the same age and like the women's already been there, done that, it's not as appealing, I feel. You think so?
Yeah, those kind of girls are typically jaded anyways. They're probably the ones that are clawing at her.
Yeah.
The experienced girls, I would think
I don't know.
I would say your friends that are like, not really supportive of your lifestyle.
Yeah.
Are they happy people in their personal lives?
I mean, to be honest, the close friends I have now, they're all in the lifestyle. So they're all of them
In the lifestyle.
Yeah,
is
or-
that,
or
is that,
swi-
is
yeah,
that
this-
OnlyFans? Is that what is that?
OnlyFans swingers. They're all
And how does that work? You and your husband are okay to be with other people?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So it's just something we discuss. If is this girl okay or blah blah blah. We of course discuss it. It's not like he goes out and then comes home. Oh, by the way, I banged the neighbor.
Yeah. Well, I actually want to understand this fully because as much as you have a traditional relationship,
Yes.
this is very non-traditional.
That's
Monica,
non-traditional.
right?
Yeah,
At all,
that's very
whatsoever.
non-traditional, yeah.
So how does that work? What are the rules of the game? Your husband is allowed to have sex with other women.
Yes.
But you're not.
It's not that I'm not allowed. I kind of didn't want because
Okay, I was under the impression that you can sleep with other men if you want to.
yeah. So if I want to, yes.
Okay.
But I just haven't met anybody that I'm a girl that goes off personality a lot, and I kind of have to click with you, personality wise as well because you're hot. It's not a turn on for me. Okay, you have tons of money.
For another guy, you're saying.
Yeah, it's
But
like
where does the jealousy factor come in
I
on
don't-
both sides? Hear me out.
yeah. Okay.
Or do you get jealous? The first point. Do you get jealous of your husband with what he's doing?
No.
And also, no. Period. There's
Period.
no even. There,
No.
Okay, but if your husband just saw you chatting up some dude, when you said I have to feel comfortable with the guy, I need to like his
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
personality, that means you're going to be spending time with the guy
Yeah.
at a bar, having a drink, getting to know them. There's no jealousy from your
I
husband.
mean-
By the way, I've seen your husband's a pretty big dude. How big
Yeah.
is he?
He's 6'2".
Okay.
Yeah.
And he works out.
Yeah.
I think that's
Okay.
him there. He's a
Yeah,
beast.
he's
Yeah.
sort of a beast. So there's no jealousy on his end?
No, he's very Well, we both say that. You listen. If we wanted to leave each other for somebody else,
Yeah.
we would have left by this point.
Right.
I mean, he has been with so many other women that if he would find our relationship not boring or not enough for him or whatever it is, he would have left, and that's fine.
Why the hell would he leave? He gets his cake and gets to eat it too.
I know.
It'd be the dumbest decision ever.
But still, just because you're the perfect wife or you
Yeah.
have a magical coochie or there is something else to you, it doesn't mean that the dude can't find
Magical.
somebody
Magical
better
coochie.
or more magical.
Yeah, so that's okay. So with that being said, I don't know what would make me more upset if I found out my girl had sex and I found it after the fact, or I walk in and there's my wife just chatting it up with the guy at the bar. They're cozying
No,
up.
But-
that would not sit well with
That
me.
is not okay with me. That's
not
Yeah.
okay, right?
absolutely haram. No.
So,
You went there.
yeah.
No,
so
absolutely
process
not.
this.
Yeah.
Like what
No.
she's saying. Is there part of it that you agree with and you disagree with? What are
So here's why.
break that down.
I agree with the guy being able to do his thing, but I don't think it's natural. I don't think chicks want to go have sex with a lot of guys like men do. It's not normal. Like that. America is really weird. Okay, America is hypersexualized as a culture.
For sure.
It's really, really
I agree.
fucking weird, man.
You think America is more sexualized than other places in the world? Sweden, Japan, every place has you been?
100%.
Yes.
Really?
100%.
Hypersexualized.
More than Sweden, yeah.
Hyper.
Hypersexualized. It's very, dude. It's almost like Sodom and Gomorrah here. Like
Yeah.
But back to her point, I personally don't believe if a woman truly loves her man, like clearly Monica loves John.
Yeah.
Right. That just doesn't.
No.
That doesn't come up. Like, when was the last time you were with another guy? If you don't, or like, has it been years or
Not since
Hours or-
Well, I do. Well,
not for
7
work?
years ago. Then never. Like never. Well,
Okay, so
when
the
I
answer is you don't sleep with other men.
no, I don't.
Okay.
This is the way it's supposed to be.
But
But
this
you
is the way it's
said you
supposed to be.
could.
I could. I have that freedom to do it.
Bullshit. You don't have the freedom because you've never done it.
because I haven't
Don't
found
ruin
the
their
person.
marriage.
I'm not
Don't
ruining
ruin
the
it.
marriage. The marriage is not going to
no.
ruin my little comment
Are
over
you
here.
saying
know-
that because your husband, maybe you haven't been in this situation to see how your husband reacts? Because you may not know. Like, he may say that and then he's like, wow.
Bingo.
Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
so.
I agree with that to an extent.
Yeah.
I
You're-
can't
you're-
handle it. I fucking
Yeah,
lose it.
your husband is a
He's
alpha
like-
macho dude.
Yeah, he is.
Looks like it.
Do you guys not have this conversation?
We
like,
do.
when's the last time you were like, hey, hun, I met this guy?
Never.
Okay, that's my fucking point.
I love
Yes,
it.
That's
I
not
don't know
coming
if
up.
you can say that.
So
Damn it.
you know what it is? And shout out to you, John. He's got the mind control. He's meaning like, yeah, I do what I want, and sure, you could do whatever you want.
There it
But I
is.
know you ain't going nowhere
Yeah.
because John's gonna get upset, and we don't want to get John upset.
No, for me it's like this. I would probably, if I ever had sex with another dude,
Mm-hmm.
it would probably be somebody we already know.
Yeah.
You know, somebody who is close to us, married with somebody else.
Oh
you
my
know,
god, I feel like that's the worst way to go.
That's typically
now
how
you want to see the buddy at the birthday party that you just banged the husband?
that's typically how infidelity goes. It's somebody close that they know.
Yeah.
For females, guys are just like, who's this fucking random drunk 23-year-old? Come here.
Yeah, I have,
Okay, you got
I
a
have,
nice ass.
I
Let's
have
go.
an aunt, okay, family member, where she was married, and their best friends are married. Swap. They just swapped out husbands and wives. That's it. Because they were best friends. They would go out.
Final deal? Like, here.
Deal done. They're
Walk away?
They're all remarried. Done.
Oh,
I mean, it
wow.
wasn't like a trade. Like it's like a
Yeah.
LeBron for Kevin Durant trade. It was.
It's like Bitcoin and Ethereum.
They were
Yeah.
cheating. There's infidelity going on. Don't tell the
okay.
wife. Don't tell the husband. Next thing you know, now they're both
Like,
together.
for me-
but so that would be a bigger concern of mine.
I don't cheat for two reasons. One, I am a really bad liar. Like horrible. If you look at me and I'm trying to say a lie, I'm like, oh, never mind. Fuck
I
it.
did it. I
Yeah.
fucked him.
I fucked up. Like I cannot. I just can't.
Yeah.
And second of all, it takes too long. It takes time out of my day. I don't have time for it. I don't have time.
It
I don't have
stresses
interest.
you.
I'm like, fuck it.
It stresses you out.
If I want to cheat, I might as well leave my marriage and do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to be running around, text like this. I just don't have the time or the energy.
Let me ask
Yeah.
you, what
To
does
do
your
it.
husband do for work?
He is a personal trainer.
Personal trainer,
Yeah,
but he
and
also does
he plays
OnlyFans.
guitar. Yeah, and he does OnlyFans.
Where does he make all his money? Is it mostly OnlyFans?
It's both
Okay.
training and OnlyFans.
Was there
wow.
ever a point in your guys' marriage where he wasn't bringing home the bacon?
Yes.
And how did that work? Because like everything you're saying, the sex, the great, it's life, I love him, but like
It was
at some-
hard. It was hard.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
For a long period of time. Well, it wasn't a long period of time, but
How long?
enough. 2 years.
That's
Okay.
long.
Yeah, I was the main breadwinner.
Yeah.
And you know what? I would not undo it because it has taken our relationship to where it is today. I wouldn't undo it, and I don't blame anybody for not being the breadwinner or a man not making money.
I do.
But but as a woman, it is very hard because on top of everything
Yeah.
and your emotions and everything being a woman, on top of that, you also have to go out and make the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is very hard.
What was the most difficult conversation? Like in the throes of the depths of despair of
Even
2
them
years.
having to confront the
Yeah.
man is like, oh,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
can't
No,
have to do
I
this.
didn't have an issue with it. I literally, what changed was the pandemic.
Okay.
Well, it wasn't really the pandemic. I kind of went and said, listen, this is my OnlyFans. I can't run it myself. I have 600 unread messages on there. This was like in the beginning. Can you help me at least like make a daily schedule for me, stuff so I can just concentrate on answering my
This
messages.
is when you were crushing it with OnlyFans and he was unemployed or not working at the time.
So what happened was he became a personal trainer, right?
Yeah.
The pandemic happened
Lockdown.
and he lost his job.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because like all the equinoxes closed and he wasn't out of the job, but he could come back with all the masks, all the everything,
Yeah.
and he was like, I just don't want to do it because it's just too hard.
So the bottom line is you had to have a difficult conversation with him.
Yeah,
600 unread messages. I need you here, buddy.
Yeah, so I was like, can you just help me with my other social medias? Like, can you help me maybe do a daily schedule for me or help me take pictures, help
Yeah.
me film, help me edit?
Yeah.
So
Be a team player.
Yeah, exactly. So I can just take over and answer my 600 unread messages because on top of the 600 unread messages, I had to do the filming, the editing, the posting, like everything, plus going to the club and
Why aren't you
dancing.
outsourcing?
Because so I still want to run my own OnlyFans. I want it to be me answering the messages. I want it to be me posting my stuff. I didn't want anybody else to do it because that's just not personal. But if somebody could help me with everything around
So now
it,
it's your husband responding to other guys on OnlyFans.
oh no, God no.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, brother, how are you? Doing great, bro. What
Hey,
to
bro.
do?
No, he has his own OnlyFans for that. He's
When
not,
did he start that?
his own OnlyFans? He started that probably a year ago. Yeah.
Saz, let me ask you something
Yeah.
though. For me, if I'm not the main breadwinner, that eats me up.
It
Yeah.
probably did. I mean, I'm
I'm not discrediting him, but I'm just saying, is
Yeah.
that for you too?
Well,
Like-
this is the laws of hypergamy, right? I mean, this is like, all right. No, I've never dated a girl that has made more than me. It
Right.
hasn't happened. And when given those opportunities, like for instance, some guy was like, a buddy of mine was like, I want to connect you with this girl. She's like the biggest realtor in Miami. I think you guys will hit it off. I looked at her. I was like, yeah, I don't. Number one, I wasn't that attracted to her. Okay, I guess here's the answer to the question. If I was super attracted to her, I don't care if she was the worst realtor in Miami or the best realtor.
Yeah.
But the fact that I was like marginally attracted to her, it did nothing for me that she's some big time realtor.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
It would have actually annoyed me.
yeah, exactly. You know,
Is this hypergamy or where are you going with this?
I mean, fuck hypergamy.
Yeah.
I'm just saying in general, like as a man, like, okay, I'll tell you a story. In 2018, I quit my corporate job in Tokyo to go full time on YouTube and launch my business. And it was fucking hard, right? It was really bad. I remember one time I went to the beach with my girlfriend and I couldn't buy the $40 dinner. I just didn't have $40. And she was like,
this is in 2018?
2018.
Okay, so things have turned around since the pandemic for you,
Oh,
buddy.
wow.
slightly.
Good for you.
So, but dude, that shit burned into me for like months. The fact that she had paid 40, and it's not that she wasn't like, oh, here you are, you loser. She was totally sweet, kind, loving, one of the best girls I've ever been with in my life. But as a man, just for me personally, like, I cannot not be the breadwinner. That's just me personally. And I talk to my guys too. Like, dude, it's awesome to be the fucking boss. And girls love it. Like, we have she's like telling you right here. Like, she loves serving her man. She loves him being in charge. And that's what a lot of power dynamics in the United States are like, wrecking relationships, because they're telling men, oh, like, you need to be more feminine, you need to be in touch with your feminine side. It's okay to be a stay-at-home dad. And then the women like, oh, you'll go be a boss babe, go be a CEO and stuff. And like, both of the genders are fucking miserable when they follow this shit advice. Look, we have stepped away from traditional relationships, and the cat's out the bag. It doesn't work.
Right.
This hookup culture is bad for everybody. Yeah. It's bad for everybody, and America's leading the charge on this shit with women's lib and all that garbage. And when I'm talking about the hypersexualization of women, because it's hilarious how women are like, "Oh, I'm empowered. I'm gonna go and like have a bunch of dudes fuck me and throw me away." Yeah,
like I get where you're coming from.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a win. That's you're catching L's. And then like, if you look at the stats, women's hit since like the 1970s in America, women's happiness has been consistently declining the more they stray away from traditionalism. This is not like a patriarchy thing or a white male oppressing people thing. Look around the globe. Look at Africa. Look at India. Look at Asia. Look at the Middle East. Look at South America. Every type of people since the dawn of civilization has engaged in these traditional type of relationships.
Yes. Gender roles, for sure.
It is only recently where they say like, okay, let's step away from this. Let's we gotta smash the patriarchy or whatever trash they're putting out there. And the people who follow it are miserable. Yeah. She's here. She's happy. She's feminine. She's attractive. She's successful.
And she's married though.
That's exactly.
If she was still single right now, she'd be singing a different tune. And here's my point.
I think single girls are miserable.
Well, it's my point is that I don't think that women, and men for that matter, are ready to acknowledge what you just said.
Well, they need to grow the fuck up.
Well, and hear me out. Because, I cite this report all the time. There's a report out there about that by 2030, so in 8 years from now, the majority of working women, okay, so that's ages, 25 to 45, right? Working women. By 2030, 45% of them are going to be unmarried and no kids. So women who are 38 years old are going to look and say, I've been working my ass off since I'm 21 years old. I've been encouraged to go to school, get a job. I don't need no man. I'm going to become a boss baby CEO. And they're going to look at themselves, and they're turning 40 next year, and they're going to be like, I've got a couple $100,000 in the bank. No man, no kids, a couple cats.
I've got one egg left.
What am I going to like? So I don't think
one good one.
So it's hard to tell a woman who's 30 today, right? Hey, you're making all the wrong decisions. You're focusing way too much on your career, not on your personal life or your sexual life or finding a husband. It's very hard that they're like, dude, I'm just starting to make money for get out of here.
Yeah.
So the reality is not going to set in now. It might be 10 years from now.
Right.
You feel me on that?
I don't think the reality is going to set in. I think they're going to march.
They're just going to double down.
They're going to march to their fucking grave. I swear to God. Because this hasn't
changed. There's always a come to Jesus moment. They're like, "What have I been thinking?"
And when they come to Jesus, usually it's too late.
That's my point.
Well, okay. Then if you think they'll come to Jesus and be too late,
yes.
But
I mean, there's going to be an epiphany. But what have I been doing all this for?
But we also have an OnlyFans culture,
which is recent.
Yeah, which is recent. In Sweden, they actually did put out a questionnaire about it in schools.
Yeah.
And tons of girls answered they want to quit school and make money on OnlyFans.
Yeah, because everyone wants to get rich quick these days.
Yeah.
So
who the hell wants to do 4 years of school, find a career, get an internship, get your first job, hate it, study, get in an issue with your boss, move from job to job, who wants to do that? Who wants to work hard when you can make some easy money?
But it makes an issue.
That's culture today.
Yeah.
But it is an issue because most of the guys don't want to date an OnlyFans girl.
Yeah. Exactly.
There's
a more.
I recently had a difficult conversation with a young lady friend of mine.
They just don't want to. It's not.
But you started dating your husband way before you were doing all this stuff.
Yes.
Before that, what were you like? Were you adult? Are you an adult film star? What are you?
No. What are you?
Tell me everything, Monica.
Well,
she's like, who's asking how much you paying? That's what I am on the phone.
So I have a bachelor in teaching. I'm a
awesome.
European history and religion history. So I was a teacher for 2 years.
Imagine, all right, guys, welcome to class. I'm your teacher, Miss Bella, every single 8th grader is like, ding.
All the boys have straight A's.
I don't know what, they're just paying attention to everything I say.
And the classroom is spotless.
Okay, so
I was-
Monica's the teacher. All right, you got my attention.
I was a
Go
teacher, and then I started working in business because teaching it's really tough. It was 7th, 8th, and 9th grade, and
Yeah.
trust me.
That's crazy. I did the same thing.
ahead.
Yeah, it was hard. It was
Yeah,
hard.
I was
If you're
teaching-
teaching 2nd grade, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Anything above 7th
Oh,
grade,
God.
you do not be deserving in a classroom.
Yeah.
And that is the highest compliment to you, if you know what I mean.
It was hard.
Boys
It
are
was
going
tough.
through some serious
They
stuff
do.
at that age.
They do. I love
Okay?
them dearly, but whew,
Yeah, they're doing the old tuck it in the belt thing.
yeah. So,
You're familiar with this
Does
move.
it reach up to the belt?
It does, sir.
oh, okay. And then I was in business, and
Okay.
I actually was working in business when I met my husband. So.
Got it. Okay. Does that answer your question? Meaning they met before the.
Yeah. I didn't know.
Okay.
But that's wild to come up, the quickness.
Yeah. So
There it is. Natalia, we're going to start answering some super chats. I don't know if do you have some now, or should we wait for the next question?
I can read one of them. I
Okay,
have,
go ahead.
The Rational Male. I'm
Oh,
not sure if
we've-
this is
we've-
him.
we're-
I think it's him.
We
but
know
he
this
did-
gentleman. It
yes.
might be Rollo, might not be. Yes, go ahead.
But $50, thank you. He said, John MLD is the real deal. I've seen him come up since 2015. He's always been authentic. He had my back when a few people did. Our show, Rule Zero, and is still going strong after 3 years because of his influence. Don't forget, extra cup of rice.
Extra cup of rice.
Extra cup of rice.
That's
Well,
my saying.
Shout out to Rollo Tomasi.
He's the
Friend-
reason I'm here.
Friend of ours.
He's the reason I'm
Yes,
here. Thanks to Rollo. Literally, he's the one who put me on your list. So thanks,
Yeah.
Rollo. Thank you, bro.
For sure. And he's done the show, I don't know, a half a dozen times at least. So shout out to Rollo.
Yes.
Message me when you're going to come back, bro.
Yes.
I think he's in Lake Tahoe, I want to say. I don't know.
Oh, awesome.
Is that all you got for now?
That's for now, but make
Okay.
sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and let's get some good questions going. Like
Natalia's going to be reading these questions. All right, let's get to know MLD a little bit more. Thank you for being open and inviting
course.
and letting us know the real deal. And don't hold back. If there's some stuff you want to say,
Oh, of course.
Monica. So MLD, one of my favorite books of all time, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill. There's
Yeah.
a famous line in there at the beginning of the book, and they talk about burn the ships.
Yes.
That's actually how I ended up doing this. Is I've worked in the finance space for a hedge fund for 15 years. I still do it, but I made my money. And I was uninspired, and I still do that. That's great. It's a money maker. I'm great at it. Great. Shout out to my people that do that stuff. But it's what I do. It wasn't who I was. I said, you know what? I really want to do something to kind of give back. Essentially what you do. And I was like, all right. I read Think and Grow Rich. I read How to Win Friends and Influence People. I was reading all these financial books, just getting smarter, getting more equipped. But the line within Think and Grow Rich is burn the ships. Are you familiar with this terminology?
Yeah.
And the story goes, I don't know if it was like,
Alexander the Great.
was it Alexander the Great?
Yep.
Okay. And he says, we're going to land on this island. We're going to take it over, burn the fucking ships
Yep.
because we're not leaving. We're dominating here.
Yeah.
And that's essentially what you did in your life. You were working in the corporate space, 9 to 5 type of job,
Yep.
doing okay. It's not like you were struggling, but you said this isn't for me.
Yeah, no,
And you
I-
had your burn the ships moment. You said, I want to move to Japan. Walk us through that.
So no, okay, it was very. This is going to sound crazy, but bear with me, okay? So I had graduated college. I had gotten my degree. I had done everything society told me to do. I worked for Aon Hewitt at the time.
wow.
Huge, insurance company, and I had done everything society told me to do. But like in my heart of hearts, I didn't feel like I didn't feel like I was like a real man. I felt like I hadn't challenged myself. Back in the day they used to do the rite of passage in
Yeah.
cultures. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
it's called the bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. So, multiple
Yes,
things.
no, I get it, yes.
Some like Indians, they would take the boy and be like, "All right, here's a spear.
You got to go kill a lion. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
gotta
The
go-
rite of passage.
and you got to bring
Correct.
the wolf's skin back, and you're gonna get a wife, you're gonna get a house, and you're
Yeah,
gonna be a
walk
man.
on fire and stuff like that. Yeah.
And then they have a ceremony, and like, okay, he is now a man. He's got a wife. So I had just felt like this kind of masculine emptiness inside of me. I just felt like I could do something more. And so I was like, I am gonna make my own rite of passage. I said, I'm gonna go to Japan. I'm gonna go by myself.
Why Japan?
Just because it was far away. And bottom line is this, like at that time I was hanging out with people who, show me your friends, I'll show you your future. And at that time, all my friends, they just Call of Duty, smoking weed, jerking off to porn.
All the amazing things, right?
You know, stuff that will destroy you as a man.
For sure.
Stuff that will destroy you as a man. And I said, if I hang out with these guys, I'm going to be like them. God bless them. We're all the Lord's people, but I don't want to be like them. I want to live the fucking hot dude life, man. I want to have money. I want to have status. I want to have girls. I want to be happy and fulfilled because I believe we only live one time. And so I nuked everything in America. You
burned the ships.
I nuked my credit.
Yeah.
I got rid of I had a Toyota Tacoma that was like leased, right? And I called him up. I was like, listen, dude, I'm sorry, guys. I'm not going to be able to make the payments on this.
Oh, shoot.
I said, the truck is in this parking lot here, and I put the keys in the visor. I'm getting
You
out.
just left the truck. Here
Yes.
it is.
Oh, my God. That's
I left
cool.
it, and I called him, and I was just like, I'm so sorry, you know? I got rid of my apartment. I sold everything. I put an ad on Craigslist, like, everything in my apartment is free. And then,
wow.
like, this team of, like hillbillies came out.
How
with
did
a
you feel
truck.
about that, though? Because I went through the same thing as he did. I burnt my ships, literally, like hardcore.
So when I did that, I bought a one-way ticket to Tokyo. I had $2,500 in my pocket. November 4th, 2012, and I got off the plane in Tokyo. And I'd never been to Japan before.
What? You had never even vacationed there?
Never.
You're like, I'm just moving to Japan, Tokyo.
So I had a job lined up, and I got off the plane, and the first thing I did was like, I have royally fucked up.
Oh, God.
I was
Oh,
like,
you just second guess yourself.
I know
to the
that
highest
feeling.
I
degree.
got off of the plane, and I was like, everyone's Asian. I can't read shit. I'm
Yeah.
alone.
By the way, take off your glasses right now. People might think you're Asian. You're just
No, I'm not Asian at all.
you're mixed. What are you?
My mom is from Trinidad and Tobago, and my
Okay.
dad, he was white.
Trini and white. You can keep them on. You're looking cool, bro. I don't.
I had a rough night
Yeah.
in Bristol last night.
You look good, though.
But the
for
point
that-
is,
for
you're
that.
not Asian,
Yeah,
and you end up
Thank
in
you.
Tokyo
Yeah.
living
Thank
there.
you. No, I was out with my buddy Paul from Apex Mindset, and he's an animal. I'm an animal. I rented a Ferrari. We were driving all night and stuff. Not drinking and driving. We were driving, then
Before.
drinking.
Listen, you're just pulling over and taking sips. I get
No,
it.
I wasn't. I'm dead ass. I don't know. We
All good.
were speeding, and then
I'm not the cops, bro. You're good.
And then we drank
The point
after.
is, you look good today, but last night you were feeling rough.
Yeah, no. This morning I was feeling rough. when I
Okay,
got
this
home.
morning. But anyway, back to Japan.
Right.
You're there. You're at the airport. You're like, what the fuck did I just do?
No, for real. I was like, dude, Jonathan, you ran your fucking mouth, and now look at this shit. You got to fix this, bro. So I was really the first 3 months were pretty hard because I read.
And there was no going back at that point.
Hell
you
no.
ruined your credit. You sold all your shit. You told your friends go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
You threw
yeah.
your Call of Duty games in the garbage. Boom, we out.
Yeah, and no, for me, I had
Dude, I did the exact same thing.
Really?
I had too much pride as a man to go home. I was like, I can't go home. I was like, I have got to figure this shit out.
Of course.
And best decision of my life, man. Within 6 months, I had like my main English teaching job. Honda had picked me up. This was 2012, and they're paying me $80 an hour to teach
wow.
them English.
Yeah.
In like their
Honda,
yeah.
Nice.
In their they have a motorcycle engineering department in Saitama, and I worked with the engineers there, taught them business
awesome.
English. And then I started doing a little bit of modeling over there too, because like just because you're a foreigner and like they always need foreigners for like wedding gigs because it's like cool to see a
I was
foreigner as a
thinking more
bride.
thong, but
No.
thong?
No.
Monica's getting ideas in her head,
That's
buddy.
on my OnlyFans.
Make sure you subscribe to Jonathan MLD Home. But you know how they say
It's
that
free.
your comfort
Never
zone will
free.
kill you?
Never free. Yeah.
Your comfort zone will kill you?
Yes.
You were not in your comfort zone.
No, dude.
You're in the middle of Tokyo. You don't speak the language?
No.
At all?
At that time, no.
Okay. And now you're saying it's the best decision in your life.
Yeah.
So what was the lowest moment when you're like, holy shit, what did I just get myself into? I'm going to go back home to America.
I can clear this one up because
Yeah.
it's a little.
Is it rough?
It's a triumphant victory, but at the time it was a low. So
Go for it,
I was
buddy.
dating this girl, right? And
Japanese girl?
yeah, I was dating her, and so I told her I used to write this down on my wall, and I had a piece of paper in my wallet that says, one day I'm going to make $10,000 a month from the internet every single month, net profit.
Oh, wow.
And when I felt down, I would read it, or when I would be struggling and be like, yeah, fuck, I can't pay my bills, or some shit's going on, it would be on my walls. So she had like this come to Jesus moment with me. She's like, we need to talk. She's like, you have to understand, like, this dream that you have of making this money on the internet, she's like, you can't do it.
Oh, wow,
She
that's
was,
rough.
Yeah, and she was like, we lived in the guest house at the time, so it's like a kind of like a communal living situation. Like there's a community kitchen, and there's like community living room area, and then bedrooms and apartments upstairs, right? So she's like, the other people in the guest house, like, they think you're weird, and it's embarrassing for me.
Why weird?
Wow.
Because I wanted to make $10,000 a month from the internet.
They thought you
That's
were
not
weird
weird.
because
Yeah.
you had aspirations.
Exactly. Because
Oh,
they're all
wow.
losers. They were all losers.
Oh.
They were drinking, partying, like, you know, just that.
This is in Japan.
This is in
That's
Osaka.
weird.
But
Osaka,
Japan's
Japan.
a capitalist type of country, right?
Yeah.
No. It was a mixed community of
Got
people,
it.
you know.
Okay.
But there's a certain type.
What a
of,
fucking weirdo wants to make money and do something with
I
it.
know,
Like, you're a
right?
loser, man.
yeah, exactly.
Smoke some weed and play some video games. Hurry up.
Exactly.
So they had told me that, and that really hurt because I loved her at the time, you know. And then I was like, damn. And then I started to believe her. So I was like, man, maybe she's right. She's like, you need to get a regular job. You need to think about your future. And keep in mind, this girl was fucking absolute mess. I was still trying to like help her as like a person. You know,
Yeah.
I was trying to
Oh.
help her out.
Play it safe, bro. Don't take risks. Don't take chances.
some weed.
Play
Yeah.
it safe.
You
Hit
know?
this.
So
Yeah.
then, after I dumped her, I dated another girl who was just like blindly loyal and supportive of me. To like, dude, just like I could be like, look, there's a body, and we gotta get rid of it.
Oh,
She'd be
awesome. I'm like that.
She's
I'm,
like,
I'm
really?
totally like that.
She's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'll get the Kleenex. You know,
Yeah,
I'll get
yeah,
the,
yeah.
I'll
Where's
get the
the
Clorox.
shovel?
The
Yeah.
definition of a ride or die chick.
Yeah.
Yeah, where's the shovel?
that you?
Well, it's usually me do the killing. That's the problem. I can never find the person who wants to bury it with me.
Well,
God
you know, a
damn it.
girl could dream.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, right?
So
Don't incriminate yourself there, Monica.
So that was 2015. 2015 that happened, and then I had hit a pretty low point. I had literally lost all my money. I had like $10, and then I dumped her. I had to rebuild myself back up. Lost it all again in 2018, but I had the new girlfriend with me. And during the time when I lost it all in 2018, I could feel the stress on her. I could feel the
Yeah, yeah.
anxiety of her
Yeah.
wanting me to get the shit together. And I knew I had to. My back was up against the wall by my own pressure. I didn't care if she was going to leave or whatever. But I knew I loved her, and I knew it was stressing her out. But then finally I had my breakthrough in 2019. Big breakthrough. And it all started with, you know, burning the ships, man. And
Yeah.
I think a lot of guys doubt themselves nowadays. That's what pisses me off. Because when I see guys, I see raw talent. I'm like, dude, you're like, you know, I tell these guys, I'm like, dude, you're good looking. You're just, you don't meet any girls because you stay at home and play video games all day. And you're like,
Yeah.
why can't I meet girls?
I,
Like,
I have
you know?
I have guys on my OnlyFans that send me pictures. They're virgin. On top of that, I don't mind anybody being virgin. Like,
Yeah.
but it just shows how the dating society or relationship society is right now in America. These dudes are good-looking guys. It's not a fat, ugly, you know,
Yeah.
low intelligent guy sitting
Yeah.
in his mom's basement. These are guys that have a job, have an education, they're good looking. You know, they're no Brad Pitt, but you know, I rather have a good looking, you know, normal dude than
And what do you think their problem is?
I think it's just women being very women have a long list
Yeah, of course.
things
I love this chick.
Yeah.
have a long list of things a guy should not do
Oh, man.
or what he should be. It's like he has to be tall, he has to be rich, he has to look like this, he has to wear this, he
Yeah.
has to be this old, he has to have no kids, and he has to be this or that.
And a one strikeout policy. He makes one mistake in the
Yeah,
relationship.
you-
all right,
you're
this
done.
guy's
You're
asshole.
done.
He's blocked. He's toxic. He's
Yeah.
a narcissist.
Yeah,
They go on a
exactly.
huge smear campaign.
And guys have a very small list. They're like, be cute, be nice to me, take care
Yeah.
of me, and I love you forever.
Don't be fat.
Don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, these
you know,
guys here, you're saying that they're not losers.
they're not
They-
not in any way.
So here, and you talked about that some of these guys are talented. They just haven't tapped into that yet. You said that word.
That's why it goes back to the core four. Every guy needs to focus on that.
Yeah.
Make money, make muscles, learn game, hold frame.
Yeah.
The guys right there, sorry, no offense, but the guys on OnlyFans got no fucking game. That's why they're there.
That's usually what it is. And they do ask me, like, hey, you know, I
can I
want to
pick you
date
up?
this girl. Like, how do I do it? How do I find a girl like you? Or how do I find a girl in general? And it's usually a game thing, but it's usually also they've been put down so many times by women
Yeah.
where you're like, okay, fuck this, I'm worthless. I might just go on OnlyFans and jerk off.
Yeah, but these guys
You know?
need to understand a couple different things.
They need to know the game.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and we're going to touch on money, muscles, game frame. We're going to get into that for sure. There's a couple different things that these guys need to understand. You make the Hall of Fame in baseball if you hit 300.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 3 out of 10.
Yeah.
So if you're a Mac Daddy dude, you go up to 10 women, you get 3 numbers, you're a Hall of Famer, homie. So a lot of guys will get discouraged, and they'll go up to a girl, and they're like, "Hey, you know," and they're like, "Yeah, sorry," and they're like, "Yo, that's it. I've ruined my life. That's it."
Yeah,
It's like,
you
buddy,
can't be
go
like
up to
that
9
either.
more and see
Yeah.
how it works.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if they work on this money, but
Yes.
a couple other things. because you talked about talent. Women like confidence. Women like a man with ambition, no doubt.
True.
Something that you ever seen The Bronx Tale?
No, I've heard of it.
Robert De Niro, Chaz Palminteri.
but I know
which
the
one
test.
is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the test is a great part of it. But there's a quote in the movie that De Niro says to his son, who is in real life is Chaz Palminteri, and he goes, "The saddest thing in life is wasted talent."
That is true.
Okay, so I would write that down on my to-do list every day for years.
Oh, wow.
Years. All right, here's my to-do list today. Like, I got to do this. Top of the list. Adam, remember, the saddest thing in life is wasted talent. All right, it's Tuesday, time to write my to-do list. Remember, the saddest thing in life is wasted talent. The problem that a lot of young men don't understand is like, dude, you're talented. You're good looking. You're smart.
Yeah.
You got it. But like, talk about inner game where you talked
Yeah.
about inner
Yeah.
what?
Inner game, yeah.
Inner game.
Yeah.
You're telling yourself, well, I don't know. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. It's like, buddy, you got this.
Yeah.
Develop some confidence.
Exactly.
You know you've been hit on a guy
Oh,
that's
yeah,
not
for
that
sure.
good looking,
Yeah.
but he's got swag and
Oh,
confidence.
I love that. I love
And you're
that.
like, something
Yeah.
about this weird dude. I would totally.
Exactly.
And there's dudes who are tall, good looking, strong, and they
oh my
come up
God.
to you
Oh,
and they're
God.
awkward as fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Am I
They're-
wrong?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. I mean, it has happened.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I think Anthony Bourdain is hot. I think
Well,
he's
rest
super
his
hot.
soul. It was amazing, of
but
course.
he's hot, and women
Yes.
go like, he's not hot. Yes, he is.
He's
but
got
it's
the-
his confidence.
Yes.
He's just a good-looking dude because of it.
Yes.
He doesn't have to be Brad Pitt or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I'll date Anthony Bourdain over Brad Pitt any day.
You know,
Wow.
a lot of those girls too that she said that have that laundry list, right? They have that laundry list of what they want, but look at the guys they've dated in the past.
Oh, yeah.
And it never matches up. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of guys, they shouldn't really take these like super long laundry list of girls wants. Like, I think it's their ideal.
Yeah.
Sure. But what they have settled for has
Nothing to do with it.
exactly.
There's-
right? I mean,
it's
come
not
on,
the list.
every girl has a few dicks she
But
regrets.
you know, for example, I see a lot of hate towards Andrew Tate on social media. I follow him on TikTok because I think he's funny to listen to, and
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, a lot of the women who complain about Andrew Tate are dating Andrew Tates. That's their list.
What's the cognitive disconnect there? That they're dating the guy that they hate on? What do you mean?
Yeah, no, it's like the guys that they're dating are like Andrew Tate. They're a little bit, rough. They're bad boy.
They're macho,
They're
they're tough,
macho.
yeah.
They're tough dudes. But then they hate on him. But you're dating the exact same thing. So I think for dudes, it's very hard to understand a woman because on one hand, a woman says, I want somebody that takes care of me, that is, in touch with his feminine side, does this and that and blah, blah, blah. But then it doesn't make their pussy wet at all. But a bad guy that does shit that you don't want to have like done to you, that makes their pussy wet.
yeah.
So,
it's always
As Rolo says, shout out to Rolo again, alpha fucks, beta bucks, right?
Yeah.
Right.
It's hard.
It's
So, and
female.
then-
It's female 101. If you know game, like what she says doesn't mean
Yeah.
anything. Watch what she does.
Exactly.
Watch who she
Yeah.
bangs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's just humans in general. Like we're in Miami, right? Everybody's a fucking millionaire and they're
Yeah.
the shit or whatever. The guy drives a Volkswagen. Like okay, like something doesn't add up. You gotta interpret their actions. So I think a lot of guys, going back to your point, it's twofold. One, I think a lot of guys either don't have a father that should be teaching them
Yeah.
this stuff. Confidence is like I
100%.
could tell you had a good father and good family. I could just tell by meeting you.
Thanks,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, and
I
so
had a rough relationship with my dad, but he stayed there the whole time. So
But he
thanks.
was there. He was present.
Yes.
You know.
yeah, was he like whooping your asses?
Yeah.
But like
that's
how
not-
bad?
My dad whipped my ass.
Like 70s, it's okay to do this. Or
Yes.
like nowadays.
No, 70s, it's okay to whip
Oh,
a kid's
okay.
ass. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Still.
it made me the man who I am because I
Yeah.
was like, all right, I know what. I had a very, I knew what was right and wrong at a very early age. So that made me very wise and like hip to the game of
Yeah.
yeah, I get it. My dad's got some issues, but I'm not gonna, I'm gonna improve.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be the guy that's like, my dad hated me and he kicked my ass, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna be a piece of shit
I'm
now.
with
It's like,
you on that one.
I'm gonna be like, no, I'm smart enough and I get what's going on here because my dad's got some issues.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use that to my advantage to say, now I'm going to become the man that I want to be.
Yeah.
Right.
Because my dad wasn't. A lot of men can't do that. They can't process issues that way.
A lot of people like going with the oh, I was a victim.
Victim mentality.
yeah.
Victim mentality.
Oh, 100%.
Victim mentality sucks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't get anywhere
Okay?
with that shit.
Because you know
Nowhere.
what? You're never going to win the victim game. Because
No.
there's always going to be someone that's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, you're black? I'm retarded. Oh, you're retarded? I'm dying of cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you like, there's always going to be somebody,
Somebody is
worse.
worse.
Setting the bar
Yeah, yeah.
lower and lower.
100%.
The
So
oppression
it's like-
Olympics.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where's that getting you in life? You're worse and worse and worse than the next person. It's just like,
Yeah.
I had Ben Carson on the show today on PBD Podcast. If you're not
nice.
familiar
nice.
with
Yeah.
Dr. Ben
I know
Carson.
Ben Carson. Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
he was here 3 hours ago. And you talk about someone that wouldn't play the victim card. This guy grew
Oh
up
my-
poor, illiterate. His
Yeah.
mom had no money. His mom left him. Mom illiterate. He had a crazy temper, getting in fights at school. Next thing you know, he gets his shit together. He says, I'm not going to be a victim.
Yeah.
He becomes a doctor. He's like, becomes the world record
awesome.
for disconjoining twins, Siamese twins,
Yeah.
whatever. And he's like, I'm not going to play the victim. I'm just not going to do it. And it's just like, that's his personality.
100%.
So
I'm with him.
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense.
But
to play
going
the
back
victim.
to the guys, what I'm saying is like I think either the father is not present or he is just like an absentee father. He doesn't teach the sons because like back in the day they didn't need men's dating coaches. There was no space for this because the father
there
was
was no
teaching
need
them.
for Andrew Tate 100 years ago. Is what you're saying.
He's not the hero we want, but he's the hero we deserve.
Yeah. But you know, I think also in my household, if I was a guy, I was a boy, I think my dad would be absentee dad because my mom, she's narcissistic. She's a doctor, so she's smart and narcissistic.
wow.
And bipolar, which means she is really mean. She's not a little mean; she's really mean. So she would hit me a lot. Like she was super, super abusive, and it just doesn't. I don't care about it. Like, yeah, well, she was a shitty parent, but whatever. But she was really mean to my dad, and my dad was the sweetest dude you can find.
Wow.
How are
That
you even
to me,
mean
as a
to
man,
person?
is unacceptable.
No.
I was
If you're the guy and you're bringing home the bacon, so to speak, and your wife is mean to you,
like mean on the point of where
Unacceptable.
I had to tell my dad. I was like,
like a bitchy wife.
Yeah, I was
Would
like-
you ever put up with that?
you know what?
He's gonna
Once-
even have a response.
I was young. I was a teenager.
Yeah.
I literally told my dad in the face. I was like, "Are you going to whoop her ass or what?"
Straight up, huh?
Yeah. I was
And
like, "She's
what
whooping."
did he say?
She was like, "You can't hit people." I was like, "Yeah, you can."
So your dad was
Like,
not alpha. Your dad was not a tough guy. He
No.
was not like, here's
No.
the deal. Your mom ran the show in the
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody was scared of her, like
No.
scared to death.
Tyranny.
Yeah. Not a recipe
NPDs
for...
are vicious.
What are you calling it?
NPDs, narcissistic personality disorder.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're vicious.
Oh, they're horrible.
Vicious.
Like horrible.
Got it.
So so my dad would step away because she would hit me, but she told him she's not your kid. Get the fuck out.
Because it was your stepdad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
And that's the worst thing
Would
you
she
can
hit
say.
him?
No. She would
she
be
knew her
mean
limits.
though.
She knew her limits.
I mean,
You
my
have
dad
sisters?
was like
You have brothers and
6
sisters?
No.
Only child.
Yeah. My dad was 6'3". You know, he was a big dude. So
Your biological dad or
my
stepdad?
no, both of my biological dad too.
Yeah,
He
you're
was-
5'8". People are
Everybody's
Yeah.
tall in Sweden.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
But I mean, I think if my mom would hit him or do anything, he would hit back.
Got it.
But it's hard because it made me sad. So if you're a boy growing up and you see that, I mean, you go like, oh, maybe I should just shut up and not say anything.
It's your mental model.
Yeah, because my dad doesn't react, so I shouldn't probably do that either.
Yeah.
So, you
You
just
can really
lose
go
your-
one of two ways. You can say, that's all I've ever known.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I'm just going to play into
Let that define
or say,
you.
bro. Like, I don't like this, and I'm going to be totally different. And that's
Yeah.
what I was able to
I mean,
do.
I could bow down to my mom and be like, oh, okay, I'm going to do as you say.
Right.
Like, fuck you.
Or you could be a crazy, abusive narcissist.
Yeah, or I could,
Right.
but I'm not,
Not
that
your
either.
step.
Thank God. Thank God.
yeah.
We got about an hour left here, and I want to get some stuff in. Natalia, I want to get to the super chats real quick. You live in Japan.
I do.
I want to get this. Biggest difference lifestyle-wise and dating-wise between living in the States and Japan. What you got?
Japanese women are thin.
Do you like Thin or thick?
I don't like thick. I think thick is fake. Like, I think that's just like something like the media is pushing. Like, oh, you want this thick girl.
No, I don't mean
Thick with multiple
thick,
Cs?
but like athletic or curvy or
You want a girl with some booty, some
Yeah.
meat.
Curvy is abused nowadays.
Okay.
But I like a girl who, if I could give you like good measurements, I would like a girl that's like 5'4", 120 pounds, 34C breasts, nice round ass, nothing big, nothing fucking in a Takeshi 6ix9ine music video, and who's demure, who has modesty and decency, and she's feminine, and
she's
like
not on OnlyFans.
she doesn't have hoe
Just kidding.
tendencies. You know what
No
I mean?
hoe tendencies.
Like, I like a man with a plan. He doesn't have time for a woman in his life that got hoe tendencies.
No, that's true.
You know what I mean? Because that's a derailer from your focus. You know what I mean? So, in Japan, the girls are extremely feminine.
Yeah.
Extremely intelligent. Very fashionable. I like girls who have like high levels of fashion. And they're just very kind, and it's just pleasure. It's not like a dick measuring contest. Like when you date American girls, like they try like one up you. Like,
Yeah.
like why do I need to dominate you just to prove what? Like,
Yeah.
And it's just a pain in the ass. The women there are feminine. I don't want a masculine woman. No guy, and a lot of guys tolerate this, but no guy really needs an argumentative woman in his life.
No, that is so true.
So
true.
Who's going to question his every decision? You know what I mean?
And it's a pain in the ass.
It is because
it's a fight all the time.
It just stops the momentum.
Yeah.
You want a yes sir chick, like like we need to go here. Yes sir, let's do it. Right?
And I prefer it that way. I was like, don't fucking ask me where I wanted to eat, just book it and we'll go. Like I don't have I want to be pampered. Just take my hand and said, we're going here. Thank you.
That's why I say
That's sweet. And do you say thank you?
Yes, I do.
Every time? Still to your husband?
Listen, every time we go out and eat and he pays whatever, and I'm like, thank you, hun, for the food.
Dude, my girl, same way.
Every time.
Yeah, my only question with that is, a lot of women say that.
Yeah.
And then you take them to the wrong restaurant that they didn't want to go to.
It's food.
I think
There's
you
no
date a lot
fucking
of
wrong
shitty women.
restaurant.
No, I'm not saying it for me.
Do
but
you date uppity people?
No, I don't deal with high maintenance women. No.
Well, it
No,
seems
no.
like you do because they're complaining.
No, not at all.
Now we're going to team up on you.
Oh, shit.
We're like,
I just got dominated on my own show over here. Damn. No. But, and I'm more just speaking out of, like, there's going to people be like, all right, well, I took my girl to the sushi restaurant. Turns out she hates sushi. Whatever. I mean, who the hell hates sushi?
There's rice.
So you're saying just pick the fucking restaurant.
Yeah.
Take the girl there. Don't
my
ask
God.
if she wants
Yeah.
to do that. She'll find something
If
she
she likes you, she'll go to McDonald's.
Yeah,
That's the truth.
100%.
If she likes you.
My first date with my ex was at a McDonald's. He called me up. He was like, hey, and we hooked up before that.
You want a McFlurry, babe?
Yeah, he was like, hey, I'm just on my way to work. I was going to McDonald's to get food. Do you
Yeah.
want to come with? I was like, sure.
And they love that because they love to just feel, oh, he wants me to be part of this.
Nice.
If they like
Yeah.
the guy. You
By
know
the
what I
way,
mean?
I'm supposed to take a girl out to dinner night. That shit just got canceled. We're going to Mickey D's. Done.
Blocked.
Perfect. If he likes you, fuck it. No, I mean, the best date ever is like, put something nice on. I'm going to pick you up at 8.
Exactly.
You agree with this, Natalia?
Yes, I do.
You do?
I do. I like the idea of like someone just because it's like they're planning an event for you to attend.
Yeah.
Natalia,
Yeah.
get ready. Look your best. Look pretty. We're going. We have
Yeah.
reservations at
And-
9 p.m. I'll see you then.
That's what
Yes.
I do with my girl.
That's what you want.
Yeah,
Would you
I
say
like
that
I just
most
have to
women
make sure it
want
fits
that
my
exact
schedule.
conversation?
Yeah, because I feel like when a dude does that, I feel like he put thought into it. It doesn't matter if it's freaking McDonald's or whatever.
I think it's
he
this-
he put thought into
Natalia,
it.
listen, I
it's
want
the
you to get
security.
ready. I want to look your best. You got a McFlurry coming your way, girl.
Yeah.
And maybe a little McRib if
No,
you play your
I would
cards
like.
right.
I would want to go
Ooh.
to a nice restaurant.
Maybe a little
Like,
McSausage.
it's one thing if
after.
you're driving and you pick up McDonald's, but like if you're saying, "Hey, we're getting dinner. Like we're gonna have dinner tonight,"
Yeah.
and it's like a crappy dinner, don't tell me to get dressed and everything. I
Yeah.
wouldn't take it as
The
that.
most
Gotcha.
romantic thing ever is when a dude cooks for you. That one time he does it because it's your first date, whatever. I love cooking. I don't let any man into my kitchen.
Yeah.
It's like, stay the fuck away from my kitchen. Do not touch anything.
Yeah.
Don't even look at me. Just sit somewhere else. But when he does it for you as a date,
Yeah,
and
you like
he,
that?
invites you over, it doesn't have to be something like elaborate, or I don't know why.
Why is it a turn on for a man to cook for you? Because he's putting in effort? Is that what it is?
Yeah, he's putting in an effort to the relationship.
By the way,
means,
gentlemen out there, if you can't cook, here's the move. Okay?
Order it and put it in the oven.
Yeah.
Put that shit in the
Let
oven.
it cook
Next
a
thing
little.
you know, I think dinner's out. You're cooking?
Or you know,
maybe you make a salad. And then you just, you keep the lasagna, the pasta, the steak kind of just
it's
on
cute.
deck.
It's romantic.
Yeah, I agree.
I like it.
Get in when you fit in, kind of
Let me
thing.
ask you this.
Yes.
But I think it ties into security. When the man tells you, like,
100%.
hey, get ready, we're going to go do this, this, this. Because girls just want to show up and have fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like Cyndi Lauper always says.
Yeah.
When I tell my girl we're going, I say, listen, babe, we're going to Wolfgang's. You have 20 minutes to get ready. Do this. And that's it. You know,
20 minutes.
Oh yeah, because we move fast.
That's all the time you're giving these Japanese women.
Yeah, she's pretty. She don't need a lot of makeup.
I don't even think though it's like just about showing up and having fun. I think like a woman just is like, he's planning this event he's making time out of his day planning this after working, and like I'm working to get to know me, to spend time with me. Like it's a whole a little mini event.
Feeds their ego.
It's a little. It's not even feeding their ego. It's just the value of making an effort. And putting time into the relationship. If you are as busy as you should be. I mean, if you're based on what you're trying to.
And also, women have to understand. They can't be bitches about it. Even if you don't like it, even if you're not a big fan of sushi, or you're not a big fan of the zoo, or you're not a big fan of whatever, just say thank you and appreciate it. Mm-hmm. It's not hard. You don't have to. I don't like this.
There's a lot of entitlement that comes with that.
Don't be entitled. He tried.
Right.
You can at least say thank you, or be like, I really appreciate you did this for me, whatever. And next time you go on a date, maybe you'll plan it. You'll be like, next time I got you.
Well, I've seen you say some things about other women. It's like, you can't just show up and be hot. Your tits and ass will only get you so far. You need to have a good attitude.
It's true.
What are you bringing to the table? And you're saying that a lot of women are too picky, and that's how they're going to end up single.
Yeah. 100%.
So speak to that a little bit. What women, what do they need to improve on mindset?
A lot of the problems with women today are like, as I said, the list is long. You have to do this, do that, whatever.
For a guy to qualify. Yeah,
to qualify. And if they do a little thing wrong, they're out. They're toxic. They're this. They're fuck it. You have to bring something to the table too. Just because you have tits and ass, and you look semi okay, it doesn't mean you're a good partner. It just means you have tits and ass. Like if you can't do anything, you can't take care of your men. You're not even a particularly nice person, he's not going to be with you. Nobody's going to be with you.
Tits and ass will get you in the door.
Yeah.
But a bad attitude will get you out the door.
Yeah, exactly.
Beauty attracts attention, but personality catches hearts.
Yeah, 100%. I'm like that too. If a guy is good looking, he walks in, I can say objectively he's a good looking, and then he opens his mouth and it's like, okay, we're not. Goodbye. Because you can be the hottest woman on the planet, and you can be with a guy, and a lot of women go like, he cheated with a way uglier person.
Yeah, they do that sometimes.
I was like, are you sure it's way uglier look wise, or you just have an ugly personality? Maybe that person he cheated with is a genuinely nice, sweet person, and that's why he found her attractive.
Yeah.
And just because you think she's ugly doesn't mean he think she's ugly.
Oh, yeah.
To him, maybe she's beautiful, amazing, loving, warm person.
Interesting. Thank you. We'll leave it right there. Do you want to get a just quick super chat? Because I want to get into Money Muscles Game and Frame with MLD.
Mm-hmm. We have one by Mark Daniels. Mark Inspiration, $50. Thank you. He said, this is a great show. I like the girl's attitude, even though I'm not a fan of OnlyFans. MLD, who, as I said earlier, I have met personally and worked with, found him genuine guy and a man of integrity. Thanks.
Nice.
Shout out.
You.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Would you put the chat up so we could see it? You need some coffee over there, Natalia?
No, I'm good. I'm just listening in. Yeah.
You sounded upset to know that MLD's the man over here.
No.
Okay,
I'm
good. I want that. That's what I
hear
want. The
it.
perkiness over there.
Into some juicy
She's usually very
topics.
perky. She wants juicy topics.
Yeah,
guys, I just realized
guys.
this. I just realized this. Natalia is not herself today. Because she's not getting the good comments. She's not feeling the love in the chat.
That's
what
true.
it is.
That's not true.
That's not. It must be
I need
something.
the good questions.
See,
You know?
there it
I
is.
like
That's
when they
Natalia.
give us the good
See the
questions.
smile. You see the passion. That's Natalia right there.
Yes.
Give us
That's
some
what we
juicy
want.
stuff.
Thank you. So we'll catch some super chats at the end.
Yeah.
Thank you, Natalia.
Make sure to subscribe.
Oh, boom. Thank you. All right, let's get into the core four.
Sure.
You talk about this all the time. You say make money, make muscles, have game,
Learn game.
hold frame. Okay.
Right.
So I understand the making money part.
Right.
I got that part done.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. A lot of young men need to figure that out. Okay. We also kind of understand what it is like to work out, be in shape,
Yeah.
look your best. I think people get that concept.
Yeah.
We don't need to spend a ton of time on those two
It
topics.
just means don't be fat.
Don't be fat. Okay. But I do want to delve into learn game
Yeah.
and hold frame.
Yeah.
So I'd like to spend some time on that. So go over the core four, but I don't want you to spend too much time on the money and the muscles. I really want to understand what it is to learn game, but I don't know what it means to hold frame. I generally want to know that. That's my question. So go ahead, walk us through the core four.
Okay, very simply, make money. Look, as a man, you got to be the breadwinner. Bottom line, okay? You got to be the one bringing in the cash, and you got to make sure that you have a set of skills that you can grow as you age to get more money coming into you, because you're going to have to. When a girl meets a guy in his mid-30s and he's a loser, she's like, what the fuck has this guy been up to? You know what I mean? It scares them off. Make money, that's that. Make muscles is just basically take care of yourself, okay? Don't be fat. Go to the gym. You have one organic unit to get you through
Yeah.
this life. Take care of it.
I totally agree.
You know, and then
Health is wealth, gentlemen.
It is. And the bottom line is just like, you know, be attractive. Just don't be fat. It's really hard.
Yeah.
It's hard for people to grasp that. Like, just stop eating
And
so
dress
much.
nice.
That's a bonus.
Oh, yeah.
But the
Yeah.
best thing you can have is a hot body, and we could wear anything. You know what I mean? You could wear a 5-pack of white tees from Walmart, but if you have, 15% body fat, and you got a muscular body, you're gonna look great no matter what you put on.
Hygiene is also important.
Exactly. So learning game.
Don't be disgusting, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Okay, so we got that part. You made your money. You're in the gym, like you've talked about.
Yeah.
Like some guys, even on OnlyFans, they look good. You know,
yeah,
they've
they
got
look
jobs,
amazing, yeah.
but they've got no game and
Yeah.
clearly no frame. So this is what I want to get into. Go ahead.
game is just this. People think like game is like asking a girl pickup lines or anything
Yeah.
like that.
Like they read the game from Neil Strauss back in the early
Yeah.
2000s.
Right,
What have you?
written by two guys who can't keep relationships. Solid. Anyways, so the point I'm trying to make here is that when it comes to game is just understanding female psychology, what they find attractive, what they find unattractive, understanding these concrete rules of seduction and applying them to your life to get favorable outcomes with the opposite sex. It's just that simple.
What are the most
Yeah.
common rules that you find with women? And let's see if Monica and Natalia agree.
Yeah.
What do you mean rule with women? What do you mean?
You said that there's certain rules of seduction and understanding how women operate and how they
Right.
think, their mindset. So there must be like, okay, this is what all women
I think,
necessitate.
and this ties into the hold frame part, but I think
Yeah.
the number one thing a man can do to help his dating life is to be the leader with the women. Take
Yeah.
charge. Be the man. You have to, as a man, if you want a relationship and you want to have a girlfriend and all that stuff, you have to learn how to be a leader. The man is the head of the household. It's been like that since the dawn of civilization. And like I said, recently we've strayed away from that, and everybody's fucking miserable who's fallen
I
away
agree.
from that. Women don't want to be in charge. They like, you ever see a chick who's in charge of a relationship? She's miserable. She's a bitch. She's aggressive. She's like rolling her eyes at the husband or boyfriend, and
Yeah.
eventually that kind of relationship ends.
Women
there's-
lose respect for men like that.
But there's certain
Unfortunately.
things that women do well and should be in charge of. Like there's certain areas that they bring, like my mom says, a woman's touch to things
Yeah,
is
I
always
agree with
going to
that
be
too.
different
Yeah,
than a
for
man
sure.
doing everything himself.
But you
Go
don't
on.
want to be the majority holder in charge.
No, I mean
That's what
I
I'm
mean, I
saying.
wouldn't say like, okay, I don't want to be working until all these hours and years of my life, but maybe I'm better in charge of raising the kids. Maybe I'm better in charge of, adding some value to my husband, or there's areas that women, they bring something to a man.
I didn't say women didn't bring value. I just said that men should be the leaders of the relationship.
Right.
That's the point. That I'm
Right,
saying.
women also lead in certain areas better.
No,
than
there
men
can't
do.
be two leaders. No.
No, but they lead in bed. They lead in areas better than men in some areas, in some things.
For example?
I feel like women are able to maybe connect with the kids a little bit better than a man.
Yeah, fair.
You feel like that.
Yeah,
But hold on.
I mean,
I think
think about it.
You
The
guys are
connection
basically saying
between
the
a
same
woman
thing
and a
because here, the leader of the household. What does that mean? You're paying the bills. You're calling the shots.
All final decisions come to the CEO,
Yeah.
and he vetoes it if need be.
But what Natalia is saying is like, listen, I've got a role too. It's not maybe it's
not
certainly,
that role.
It's I'm gonna take care of the house.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take care of the kids.
Yeah.
I'm gonna carve my niche that I'm gonna kind of bring my skill set.
She's misusing the word leader. Okay,
Okay.
you could.
no.
The man is the leader.
No, I'm not.
She is. You'll learn. But the thing is, the man has to be the head of the household. All final decisions run through him.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the woman, she can be in charge of things. I agree that there are certain things a woman
isn't
does.
that a leader though?
No.
Being in charge of things? Why?
No.
Why?
Because like it doesn't work like that. You can't every religious text, all this stuff has been going back since the dawn of civilization. Like you cannot have two leaders. Like a house divided upon itself stands.
Yeah.
A company doesn't have two CEOs.
No, they do not.
Okay. So just because there's a CEO and there's a CFO, he's better than the CEO when it comes to running money. So you're gonna make him do that. You're delegating responsibility, but that doesn't diminish her role. And I think modern women nowadays they have like this insecurity, this complex. Like, what do you mean? Like I'm not number one. Like I need to have like that equality with the man. But there's not equality. The equality is not real.
And I agree.
It's not real.
With that.
There's no. It's something that they got indoctrinated in the education system.
And we have to believe it, because if we don't believe that men or women are equal, we're horrible
But
people.
if
Is it
you're
fair to say-
delegating a role to your child or one of your kids, that you're asking them to lead whoever's behind them. They're not the head leader, but you're asking them to execute leadership roles. And I think that's important for everybody, man, woman, and female. Maybe there's certain areas like, okay, this leader obviously has to be led by someone else. Yes, for sure. But if you're delegating responsibilities, you're essentially asking them, hey, I want you to take lead in this area. And once that's take lead, like I want you to come back to me and then we can game plan together and I'm going to take the family to X, Y, and Z. But I think if you're delegating a role somewhere in like when you have kids and stuff, like you delegate roles to your kids. Like, hey, listen, I want you to spend a little time with your brother because, he's struggling in this area. And, you're essentially
kids?
leading. No, but I've grew up with siblings where it's like my mother may ask me, hey, Nat, like I want you to talk to your sister a little bit, not because I'm going to get them to sex, but they may go to them now because they're not getting that. Some people need like the instructions to go to the leader from someone else. Like if I'm like, hey, Brianna, or my sister, like, hey, listen, like, you're struggling in this area, X, Y, and Z. She's probably going to be like offended by that me say it, but now she's going to go to my parents who are the actual leaders and seek the advice correctly. So it's like when you are delegating like instructions in the household, it's still essentially assigning leadership.
Natalia, I know your parents well. We were just with them. Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to Marvin and Dee. Great people. Would you say that Marvin's the leader of the household?
Yeah, I would say he's the leader, but I would say my mom essentially is like our commander, like, hey, mom, like this. And then she'll go to my dad. So I do look at her as a leader. I don't look at her as like, screw her,
they say that
what
the
she's gotta
man
say.
is the head, but the woman is the neck.
Yeah.
And like the head.
But
that's
don't
very
say it's not
Jewish.
leading
Yeah.
because
That's
very Jewish.
that's important. The head won't stay without the neck.
Yeah, because your mom doesn't strike me as like, yes, sir, whatever
No,
you
she
want. Like
doesn't.
she's a boss.
Yes.
But she's also
but
feminine
she's a
and
boss
pretty.
in such a very graceful
Yes,
way,
she's
and
very
she
graceful.
respects her husband. And my dad does lead. He's
But he
the
is
head.
the leader.
He's
like
the head.
he
Yes.
was up
Yeah.
speaking on
1000%.
stage in front of
Yes,
20,000 people.
1000%.
Okay.
But mothers, they do hold a very
Yes.
important
Well,
role.
ultimately,
and
sure.
they
I
lead
mean,
in a
But
way.
I actually like what you're saying is like the dad's the CEO. That doesn't
Yeah.
mean that the mom can't be the CFO, the CMO,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
whatever.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not leader follower.
It kind of is.
Is it?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's
some
the
areas.
bottom line. Like he has the final say. That's what makes him a leader.
The final say in what though?
Yeah.
All decisions, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like he has the ultimate power.
But who's the person they discuss it with?
But hold on, so
The
there's no
second
compromise in a relationship.
I didn't say there's compromise. I didn't say there's
Okay.
no compromise.
I mean-
He will if a man loves his woman, he'll hear her out.
Yeah.
But
Of
at the
course.
end of the day, he has the final
Yeah,
say.
that's how it is.
That's how it works in your house?
I mean,
And that's the definition of
Yeah.
a leader.
Okay,
You
and
can't
that's the definition of game, is what you're saying.
No. That's not the definition of game.
No,
I
no,
said,
I'm saying this is all stemmed from what's game.
Right.
And you said the man needs to be the leader.
No,
And
no,
that was
I said the one thing a man can
Yes.
do to increase his game, because there's
Gotcha.
multiple things you can do,
Yeah.
but the one most successful thing he can do is learn to be a leader. Because
it.
a lot of these guys don't know how to be leaders. I've been working with thousands of them. I do this every single day. I'm the best in the world at coaching men to go from a loser to fucking superstar.
And then what are the other things that can improve game? And then don't forget, obviously want to hear about holding frame.
Talking to girls, because a lot of these guys just
Yeah.
live at home and they don't talk to girls. They'll download Tinder. They'll get no matches. They have horrible pictures. They have horrible everything, and they're like, there's
And
no
I
hope
feel
for
like
me.
that is a problem. And my husband says that because he talks to a lot of guys on his OnlyFans.
Oh, does he? Coaches them up?
Yeah,
A lot of
he
these
actually
comes
does
therapy,
that.
Brand.
Yeah, on his own page, and he sees this a lot. Like he gets a lot of questions. Is like, how do I do this, or how do I talk to women in general? And this question on his OnlyFans, because he posts a lot of stuff with other women, right? And they ask him like, how do I do this? How do I talk to women? How do I even get one?
Yeah.
I just don't know how to talk to them. And he tries to help, and I get that a lot on my OnlyFans as well. A lot of guys ask me questions like, oh, how do I talk to a woman like you? Or what do you like, or what do you dislike, or how, what should I do in this with this woman, or how do I talk to her, or how do I initiate, like, even married dudes will be like, how do I initiate this position in the bedroom, or this in the bedroom, or that in the bedroom? Like, a lot of guys just have a hard time
leading
and talking to women and having an open communication with women.
Doesn't it just come down to confidence?
Yeah, and,
Yeah, it does.
and confidence comes from competence. And a lot of these guys have never done it before.
Yeah.
Or they come from a household where, they believe the dumb lie, like happy wife, happy life. It doesn't work
Yeah.
like that. It's happy king, happy kingdom. Okay?
Ooh.
And that's how it is,
Monica agreeing over here.
I know.
Okay,
She's like my best friend.
money, make muscles,
Learn game.
learn game.
Yeah.
Now let's get into the frame. Okay,
Right.
so let's just use good old Sauce over here, example. Melanie's good, cool. I'm in decent shape. I just came back from Vegas. I could probably lose 5 pounds, but things are good. Game, not a problem. If you're like, all right, Adam, you're doing all right. Boom. All right, you got a career. You're in finance. Cool. You got to get, you're looking all right, bro. All right, you got some game. You got some swag, whatever. All right, cool. Now it's time for you to hold some frame, homie.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Holding frame is about having a healthy relationship with yourself and respecting yourself in order to enforce your personal boundaries. A lot of guys nowadays are complete doormats.
Pussies.
Absolutely. And, I've seen this happen time and time again. Like, for example, a guy doesn't have strong boundaries and he doesn't have strong self-esteem. He doesn't just love himself, right? So he'll tolerate bad behavior from the woman he's with.
Yeah.
You know
Like
what I
he'll
mean?
deal with stuff from a woman that he would never tolerate with any of his friends.
Exactly.
I literally seen it.
Yeah.
Like, I've literally
Really?
seen one of my friends, she is really condescending toward her husband.
Yep.
Like, really condescending about things that are, oh, you have such a little penis anyway. I'm
What?
like, in front of everybody.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, he knows I'm joking.
And that started with her
You're
being
really
like,
not.
you're kind of like, or like that started like her like showing up late for a date or not texting him back on time, or it's these little
Yeah.
disrespectful things like
Yeah.
being late and not texting and showing up 30 minutes late. These little things, if not checked, if not told to her, like that's not okay. They keep growing and growing and growing because it's the woman thirsting for the guy to enforce some boundaries.
Yeah.
They don't feel safe if the man doesn't reassure the boundaries. It's a woman's job to test the boundaries. She's going to do it. But it's the guy's duty to enforce the boundaries. And you enforce them by saying, you're going to do what I say in this situation because these are the rules I have for my terms of engagement with me in a relationship. If you do not comply by these rules, I will exit the relationship. That's it.
That's good. I mean,
You agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, the
Do you
same
think most
goes.
women want to hear that?
Yeah,
They need to hear
I
it.
mean,
I don't care if they want
it
to hear
will drop
it.
my panties. It will drop my panties.
Really?
I mean, if I'm
if your husband was like, listen, baby,
listen,
stop it.
Yeah.
You're acting a fool right
Oh,
now.
yeah. It's
Tone
hot.
it down a little bit.
Oh, yeah, it's
Your
hot.
attitude, it's horrible.
Yeah, I
Keep
love
it
it.
down. Here's the deal. We're going to dinner. Get
Yeah.
ready.
Oh, my
Stop
God.
it. You'd be like, all right.
Sometimes they're
Yeah.
emotional.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell me if I'm
now
wrong.
or the restaurant.
In the restaurant. Bathroom.
Tell me if I'm wrong. Sometimes as a woman, your emotions are just in turmoil.
Oh my God,
And you
I'm
need
the
your man to
worst.
be like, babe, shut up.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Yeah.
Everything's gonna be fine. Sit down. Just relax. Put your phone down.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fine. And you gotta
mean-
bring them back down to earth.
So, for example, I work a lot. Like when it comes to my OnlyFans, my social media, I'm on there 24/7, and I suffer from depression and anxiety, which means me being a woman with that is even worse because I have all my hormones as well, which means, when I'm stressed out, I'm horrible. And I always take on work that I shouldn't, right? I always, okay, everybody is okay, and I just do it, and then this girl asked me, hey, do you want to start an OnlyFans page with me? And I was really, really in a bad situation with my anxiety and my depression for that whole week. My husband took the phone. He's like, I'm texting your boss and saying this is not happening because your health is more important than us making more money.
Yeah.
So this is what's happening. He texted my boss. He was like, she's not doing it. She's not feeling well. Her health is more important than you making money.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And
that
there
was
was
a turn
no
on for you.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, it's
he
hot.
cares about her. And he's putting the foot down. He can see. That happens with girls sometimes when they just get overwhelmed. They get,
Yeah.
they do shit that stresses them out. And then they just need like an outside authority to be like, look, what you're doing right now is damaging you. And I love you. I want you to stop doing this. So you're going to stop doing this. And that's the final say.
I mean, the same came to my plastic surgeries because I have body dysmorphia. I thought I needed more and more and more of everything all the time before my husband went in. This has got to stop.
Like what?
We're not doing
Breast?
this.
What?
Well, for a while, I thought I wanted bigger boobs, which was total stupidity.
Yeah, I think you're good as
Like,
is, by the
now
way.
I
I wouldn't go bigger than this.
Now I even want
these are
smaller
Valuetainment
ones.
approved boobs.
Yeah, like I even want
2 thumbs up.
I even wanted smaller ones now. Like,
Yeah. Okay.
I was like, what was I even thinking?
What other
Then-
body parts?
Then it came to my butt. I want a bigger butt. Oh, I want to do all the surgeries. He was like, this has to stop. You're hot. You're enough. We're not doing this.
Yeah.
Don't even ask me. This is not what we're putting our money into. If you want a personal trainer, you go to the gym. The end. And there was no more discussion. Yeah, he let me do my nose because I had a deviated septum, which my septum was collapsed. So we fixed that.
Honey, can I breathe, please? Fine.
No. Oh, he went with me to the doctor and he was like, this is the nose we're getting. No Barbie noses, no nothing. This is what
Good.
she's getting. I
Well,
was like,
on behalf of someone that's lived in Miami their whole life, the nose looks good. Sometimes you see like
I'm
this
super
the Michael
happy.
Jackson looking nose
I didn't even know
thing.
you had it done.
no, it was just the septum.
Yeah,
I'm,
I had
I'm
a
super
feeling
happy.
that you got your boobs done. I'm no expert.
Might
am.
There
have,
they are.
might have a small adjustment.
There's a lot of people out there being like, "Can we zoom in a little bit more on what's going on there?" Natalia, what are you thinking right now? When if a guy was like, "Listen, stop it, calm down. Here's the deal. Listen to daddy. I'm the boss. Boom, boom, boom." Is that a turn on for you as well?
Yeah, absolutely in a respectful way. I'm not.
Yeah,
like, if he's like, shut
yeah.
up. I mean,
No,
like, yeah,
God,
no.
no.
this-
No.
So you
But
have
of
to do
course,
it in a
has to be in
respectful
way.
manner.
Yeah, for sure. Because I mean, you want them like I agree. Like sometimes women can be really like indecisive in their feelings. Like
You get that
a
tornado
lot
of
of stuff
emotions.
going on. Yeah.
Oh
and,
my
And
God,
to have
it's
a man
horrible.
kind of just recenter you.
Yeah.
It provides that security because security is not just money. It's that security. Like I can't think straight. Like
Yeah.
fall back. Like
Yeah.
what do I do? Like help me lead. Like lead me to where it's real.
So
be better
lead
together.
you. Is that what you just said? Lead you.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
man
no,
to
for
lead
sure.
you.
No, but as a
sudden,
woman,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
yeah, but I did say that men do lead. I didn't disagree with you.
Yeah.
But I did, like I said, there are areas that women just they add a little bit of touch to the leadership as
sure.
well. So they do take part in leading. They're not the main leader, like Adam said.
Yeah.
But they do take part in the efforts of leading the whole legacy and family together. Like when you have a family, it's not just one person doing
Right.
everything.
Yeah.
There's roles for
No,
that.
there's a difference when the house is cleaned by the man and the house is cleaned by the woman.
Oh, 1,000%.
sure.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Yeah,
No, yeah,
and I don't
absolutely.
want to do it. And I know
Yeah.
when she goes into like full feral cleaning mode, I just get out of the way. I'm like, all right, like the vacuum cleaner's going.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
The trash is going out. The
You're
dog
like,
is getting
"I'm
a
out."
haircut. You know, I'm like, all right, I'm just going to work on my computer, let her handle this shit. You know, and that's just like their nesting instinct as women. There are, I've said this all the time on my stuff. Men are better at certain things than women.
100%.
And women are better than men than certain things. And it's common sense. And you say it, people lose their fucking
That's
mind.
what I said.
And there are things as a woman I don't want to do. I don't
like
want to
what?
change tires. I don't want to
Right.
fix my car. I don't want to paint the house. Certain masculine, like all of the masculine things, I don't want to do. I have no interest in participating. And
Yeah.
my husband has no interest in participating in my shit.
Yeah.
And I'm happy. I'm like, don't participate in this cooking because
Stay out
go
of the
away.
kitchen, John.
Yeah. It's like,
Let's shift gears here. We got about 15 minutes left, so I want to get some stuff in and I want to get some questions. If you guys want your question answered,
Yes,
by
we'll be
your,
reading all the smaller ones in a little bit, but
Okay.
make sure we get all the questions.
is that the main?
This is the main.
Okay.
yeah.
we want juicy ones.
John, you've said that 97% of guys just don't get it. What is it?
Understanding female psychology. That's all game is. All game, it's not pickup lines, it's not this, it's just understanding how a woman is. Okay? And that's why a lot of OnlyFans girls and cam girls, it starts off with sexualization, but a lot of the times they end up as like personal therapists for these dudes. Like, oh, you know, my wife hates me, or, you know, I can't do this, or my wife humiliated me in front of this, or my girlfriend did this to me. They just don't have enough self-esteem and self-respect to say, this is what I fucking want. And
Yeah.
if you're not going to give it to me, please let me know as soon as possible because I'm going to go find it.
But the flip side to that is that if you're not making money and if you're not looking your best, making muscles, and if you've got no game and you've got, it's kind of hard to do this. It's kind of hard to implement your laws if you don't got it going on, bro.
I don't endorse being a loser. I tell these
No.
dudes, you better be working your fucking ass off. You have to have a lifestyle change. The reason why most guys don't have dating success, don't have any success in general, is because their lifestyle is not conducive to the success. So you must change who you are to get the life that you want.
Yeah.
Money, muscles, game, frame, that cannot do any man wrong on this planet, period.
But I also feel like a lot of dudes think that, oh, I don't have the money. But it's not always. Listen, I know a lot of rich dudes that are douchebags. I wouldn't even date them if they were the last dude living. And they're good looking and have money because they're total assholes. They're narcissists to the point of where if you leave them, it's never their fault. It's always like, oh, she doesn't know what she's losing. I was like, maybe you were the asshole. Just maybe. Can you imagine you being a bad person? So it's not always about the money. It's about game and understanding a female.
Yeah, it's understanding women, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of these guys' interactions with people in general is behind a screen.
Yeah, it
You know
is.
what I mean? Like they see a girl out, they're like, oh, what do you do if I see a pretty girl out in the street? Go fucking say hi.
I had a lot of dudes come up to me. Like a lot of dudes just be like, hi, how are you? Or shake my hand, or, you know, can I get a picture or whatever. You know, if you're nice and you're a sweet person, I'm not going to be rude to you or be a bitch because I have no reason to. You didn't come off as a weirdo. You didn't come off as a creep. You weren't, you know, disrespectful or nothing. If you just come up and say, hello, my name is this and that. I think you're very pretty. Thank you so much. You made my day. It's enough. I mean, who wouldn't like that? I mean,
Don't
who
be an
wouldn't like
asshole.
that?
Very
Yeah.
simple.
And I think another thing, if I were to add on to that, be a leader and then understand that when it comes to game, a big part of game is rejection. Rejection is the game.
Yeah, it is.
Rejection is the game. I don't care who you are. You could take a hot 19-year-old chick and she's going to have way more yeses thrown at her because she's a woman. And you're going to have a good-looking 19-year-old dude. He's going to get way more no's because that's just the way it is.
It is, yeah.
But a lot of guys think, here's the mentality I've noticed with the guys in my community, right? The guys that need help. They think that there's some finishing point in their lifestyle. Like, I have this, I got the house, I got the status, I have the money, and now my idealized perfect girl and perfect relationship
Should
is just
now
there.
show up.
Is now going to pop
Yeah.
up.
No, it doesn't work that way.
Doesn't work like that. And
Yeah.
the relationship will have trouble. There will be struggle. And it doesn't mean you're a freak or you both are toxic people or anything like that. It's just normal for relationships to have conflict. And as a man, it is your job to bring a resolution to the conflict for you and the woman so you can carry on with the relationship and get the job done. Because, you got to, like, every man that's successful and women are in love with has a plan. He is a man on a plan. And sometimes you get deviated from this. Life deviates you. You know, she's emotional. Her period's coming, whatever. It's a bunch of stuff.
Oh,
Right?
oh yeah. Oh.
A bunch of stuff is going to happen, right? It's up to him to, to course correct and be like, okay, this is how we got to get things going.
My husband, my husband calls it, it's like navigating the Monica waters. And you kind of have to do it very carefully, but in a very precise and correct manner.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, for him, he's like, for me, it's navigating your waters and, be your guiding light in that, because he's like, your waters, you're everywhere. Like your hormones and its period and your upset and your depression and anxiety. He was like, I'm your flagship, I navigate your waters and I help you, because a lot of the things that I do, literally I could not have achieved them if I didn't have a strong male personality in my life. I literally could not.
Yeah, and I think the opposite side is true too. I think some of the great things I've accomplished in my life, I had a great woman behind me.
Yeah.
Do you want to get married?
I like the okay, so legally, no, because I don't want to risk my assets. It's a terrible deal. The government needs to fuck off when it
Yeah,
comes to
true.
our relationships. Alimony and like alimony is fucking archaic. Okay, child support is completely unfair. Okay, because there's no true allocation of the money or how it's spent. She could literally take that money and go spend coke.
You can get a prenup though, can't you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
even
sure.
so, child support is completely unfair. Like there is no.
But child support, does that has nothing to do with marriage or not? If you have a kid with somebody, you
No,
have
but
to
I'm
pay
talking
child support.
No, I understand. What I'm trying to say is like the risk involved of child support, which is taking a percentage of the man's income, and there's no accountability on how that woman spends that
None.
money at all. That she can literally buy cocaine, drugs, whatever. They can't fucking figure it
A
out.
lot of these girls do.
So
Unfortunately.
I have a problem with marriage on that sense. Now, in regards to me, do I want to have a long-term female partner and have children with her in my life? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think that's the best path for the majority of men.
How would you think that you're worried about losing half your assets? How would the money work in the relationship, paying the bills, working? What's the ideal setup if you do end up in a long-term relationship?
So when I date a girl, I don't just date any old girl, okay? She goes through a rigorous probation period with me.
Probation period.
I fucking love
This bitch
that.
just got out of jail.
Yeah. There's a
Okay.
probationary period where I got to analyze her and see, is she worthy of building something with?
Of the experience.
Because not anybody just going to come on in on the MLD train. There are standards here, and you have to vet them, because a lot of chicks, and a lot of men do this too, pretend to be somebody for the first 90 days, 6 months,
90 Days Fiance. There we have it.
Exactly.
As Chris Rock said, you didn't meet them, you met their
The
representative.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So you gotta filter out. But if she passed the test, and I also tell her how I want her to behave, right, in the relationship. Like this is not okay. This is okay. Like, for example, if I for me, I don't seriously date a girl who drinks alcohol
At all.
at all. There's only room for one degenerate in this relationship, and that's me.
Wow.
Wow.
So I don't date, and it's not like I hate girls who drink alcohol, but me looking at a girl who wants to be my woman, I see no net positive to her consuming alcohol.
Do you think you're going to end up with an American woman or a Japanese
I
woman?
would not ever end up.
How
with
is
an American
dating
woman.
life for you
At
in
all.
America?
You would, based on what you've seen living in Japan, there's no chance you're going to end up with an American
No,
woman?
there are
A very small chance?
no. I'm
Zero.
Dude,
You're out.
I'm
You're out.
renouncing my citizenship. It's all in the works.
That's it. You're Japanese now.
No, not about Japanese. Just,
You're a man of the world?
I mean, I come on, come all. There's a place for you in my life somewhere, whoever you are out there. I'm open to all takers. But the point I'm trying to make, going back to the marriage and stuff, I think that is the most. I think that's the most fulfilling thing for the average guy. You know what I mean? Because a lot of these guys, they don't want to go out and fuck 50 girls, fuck 100 girls and stuff. A lot of these guys just want a nice, decent woman to go home to. A decent, modest, feminine woman.
With a good attitude.
Exactly.
That Mike can
100%.
cook.
Yeah.
And if she happens to look like Monica, all the better.
Jackpot.
I mean, I just feel like if you have a good man and if a man has a good woman, I think you grow in the relationship together. You know, you don't have to, it's like, oh, I have to look good for my man. You want to look good for my man. And it's the same thing. Oh, now I got to console her, or now I got to do this. Oh my God, it's so annoying. No, I want to do this because it's my woman. And that's kind of how you grow together. You don't feel like you have to do things for each other, but you want to do things for each other. And when when your relationship starts becoming a chore, then it's an issue in the relationship. Because saying I'm trying to be a good partner, like, how are you trying? What, am I a horrible person where you have to try to be a good partner? No, you want to be a good partner. Like, trying, that means you're trying to be something you're not, which means you're trying to be a good partner, but you're really not.
And going back to your question, once the relationship, you know, she passed the test, basically, I handle everything financially, you know.
You have passed the test. Probation period is over.
How long is the probation
You are now
period?
entering the kingdom of MLD.
It's case by case, but typically, you know, at least 6 months.
Yeah, that's a good.
At
I
least
would
6
guess 6 months. Yeah,
You know?
because you know after 6 months you kind of know each other. You know all the quirks and ins and outs.
Okay.
I don't pay their bills or anything, but anytime she's with me or I invite her to do anything, it's
No bill paying.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to pay her bills.
Well,
She
they're
could pay
not
her
living
light-
together
Yeah,
yet.
she could pay her
They're
light bill.
Gotcha.
If she moves in with me and she's my wife, my woman,
Yeah, it's different.
I let them pay a little bit so they feel like they're contributing. You know what I mean? But that's
Right.
about it.
Got it.
Why? What if a girl doesn't want to contribute? Do you let her not?
She can contribute her that bad attitude elsewhere.
Oh,
So if she doesn't
Snap.
contribute, you won't accept that?
Right, correct.
So she has to contribute.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Here, I'll make you a deal. I had a situation where I said, listen, I was living with a girl for a while. I'm going to pay the rent. I got the rent. You're going to pay the utilities.
Bingo.
I'm going to pay $4,000 a month. You're going to pay $100 a month.
okay.
If you have a problem with that,
Jesus Christ.
she's like, why do I have to pay that? I was like, listen, this is a fucking sick deal.
Listen, I work
Okay,
at Value Tainment
I
Money,
don't
lady.
need. I don't need another $100, but I need you to have skin in the game.
Yeah.
This ain't a free ride.
Investment. Yeah.
Exactly. Skin in
Emotional.
the game. Okay. So anyway, so you don't always have to pay your woman's bills, but like,
No.
if everything's free, everything's free, everything's free, there's an entitlement attitude.
I mean,
and
it's different if
entitlement
you're
is
married.
unattractive.
It's different if you're married.
If you're
and you
married,
have
it's
a
a
joint
different
bank
story.
account.
But you're gonna have to have a crucial conversation when you're married. Are we having different bank accounts? Are you keeping your money? How are we doing? Are we commingling?
I feel like when you're married, like you have a joint bank account, because if the finances are separate when you're married, you're not really married. And you know what? I don't want to see bills. I don't want to talk about bills. I just want them magically being paid.
I want the bills magically being paid.
I know I work hard. I know
Yeah.
I make a lot of money. I know we have money, so I'm not worried.
Yeah.
You know, but I just don't want to.
You don't have like a little sneaky peeky like little purse account, you know? Like
No,
little-
I do not have any purse
Zero?
accounts. Zero.
because your husband laid down the fucking law. He's like,
I
listen,
don't.
Does he
I'm
tell you how
dominating.
much you can spend based
No.
on like no?
He
You
just
could
gives me the credit card.
Oh, you can just
he
go.
says
Okay.
there's
Yeah.
no limit.
Yeah.
Just throw it in the bag. Last question, and then we'll get into some questions. I want to talk about red flags.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are there some major red flags that a men should look out for in women today?
Yeah.
Being the opposite of what she just said. I think if a woman is not a giver, it's going to be a harder relationship to be
Well,
in.
I'm a giver. Believe me.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
What do you mean you're a giver?
She said she was a giver earlier, you know?
You mean like
I cook and
emotionally,
clean and
sexually,
Yeah.
sexually, you know.
Like the
anything
giving.
you wouldn't do if your husband asked for it?
I wouldn't say no to anything. No.
Anything?
No.
Honey, this is what we're doing tonight. It's a little
Yeah.
out there. It's a little freaky.
Yeah, let's try. Fuck
Let's
it.
go for it.
You know what? My
I need you to wear these antlers tonight.
yeah. I always try everything once.
Yeah. Is there anything you wouldn't do again?
No, not to this point. No.
Well, congratulations to your
Thank you.
husband. He's found a gem. Can you pull up the story about the the gifting thing. So since you're a gifter and you're a giver, actually, I want to give you a shout out. I saw that when you were on Fresh and Fit, I don't know, this might have been around Christmas time, you showed up with gifts.
Yeah.
You showed up with gifts.
Yeah.
Is gifting your love language or one of your major love languages?
I mean, Myron was a member of the Masculine Empowerment Network before he was even Myron Gaines. And then that kind of led way to the Fresh and Fit podcast being birthed. So I love Myron like a brother. I've known him before he was Myron Gaines. You know what I mean? So no, I mean, he's helped me out with a bunch of things, and I just was, it's Christmas time, so I showed up with gifts for him and Walt and fucking
Oh,
and
that's
Chris.
so sweet.
Chris.
I love that.
Yeah. And gift giving is a big part of Japanese culture too. So
I love
think that's
gift
a little
giving.
bit why.
Well, the tying in the gifting and the being a giver, and there's nothing you wouldn't do. I saw this story and I wanted to get your guys' take on it. So here's an article where is gifts or is no gifts a red flag? And essentially, the gentleman who wrote this editorial for this article saying that my daughter is dating a guy who says, "Listen, I just don't do gifts." Would you recommend dating a guy that just doesn't date gifts? So here's the deal. He doesn't give gifts. There's no wedding or anniversary presents, no birthday presents, Christmas, and all the rest. He says that there is far too much commercialization of these holidays, and it forces people to purchase and receive gifts that no one really wants.
This man's a pimp.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I was like,
This man's a pimp. Honestly, I have respect for this guy.
Yeah.
That's fucking holding frame.
oh, he
That's
holds
frame
his.
right there.
And he's gonna find a girl.
Listen.
He's gonna find a girl that's
Yeah.
okay with that.
Yeah.
Listen, everything is commercialized. Everything is sensationalized. Everything is
Commoditizing my love, baby.
Commoditizing. Everyone tells me I need to love you more on Valentine's Day. I need to get you a gift because it's Christmas.
Yeah, we don't give gift on Valentine's
None of that?
Day. No. We go out and eat. I usually cook something. I'm more often
You
I
give
cook.
him some sort of a
Nope.
gift on Valentine's
Nope.
Day. Wink, wink.
Nope,
Nothing.
nothing.
Did you know where I was going with that one?
Yeah,
No?
I mean, yeah.
It's Valentine's Day every
yes,
day in their
we
house.
we do fuck on Valentine's Day. But
Okay.
I mean, I usually cook at home, and we have a nice stay-at-home thing,
Okay.
So, but
You don't expect gifts from your man
no,
at all.
no.
But
I don't.
He never
I don't.
doesn't show up with nice jewelry.
Oh,
nice
yes, he does.
flowers.
Yeah,
Okay.
he does, but-
so then he does give you gifts.
Yeah, but he wants to do it. I'm
Not expected.
I don't expect it. It's like if he comes home with flowers to me, yeah, I'm gonna be happy, but I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
know.
Do
I
you
mean,
give
I
gifts
don't-
to your girls?
Yeah, all the time.
So you're a giver.
Yeah.
So, but you think
if
this
they-
dude's a pimp?
I think he's a pimp because he has standards and he's fucking enforcing them.
Yeah.
For me, like my standard, for example, there are no girls' night out. Like you're not going to go out drinking with your girlfriends at a bar or a club. Like there's no net positive to you bringing this variable to our relationship.
None of that.
With me, I don't have time for that. Okay, so that's my boundary that I enforce, and I am happy to walk away from a woman who will not live by that boundary.
How soon do you enforce that though? You're not going to go on a girl on a
Immediately.
first date and say, "Listen, now
no,
that
no,
we're
no.
dating, there's no more hanging out with your friends."
No,
You're
no,
like,
no,
"Dude,
no.
I
No,
met
wh-
you 15 minutes ago."
Once she starts showing, because a relationship doesn't happen unless a woman shows interest in it happening.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
You're saying past the dating phase. All right, now that we've dated, we've
Once
hung out.
she's making the move, that's why guys should never tell her, like, I want you to be my girlfriend first. Like, you got to wait for her to be like, so what is this? So where
Oh,
is this
then what
going?
is
Where is
this
this
discussion?
going?
Where's this going? What
that
are we?
happens 3
What
months
are
in,
we?
by
What are we?
standard. By
You please tell me.
That's
industry
usually
standard. That's 3 months.
usually an hour for me. So what are we? Because I don't have time.
An hour. That's very
Yeah,
aggressive,
I don't have
Monica.
time. For me, it's like if I'm interested, and I'm very picky, like very picky. If I'm interested, I'm interested. It's like, yeah, we're doing this.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't, and I tell them, there is no, like, I don't know what this is. There is no dating around. There's no, we'll see where we're at.
Yeah.
I don't have time. It's either we're on, or we're off. If we're going to be in the middle, you can find somebody else.
That's what you did with your husband. You're
Yeah.
saying.
And
how many dates until you gave him that speech?
I said it straight away how it was.
You're like, listen, buddy, I just met you 15 minutes ago. Are we getting married or no, motherfucker? Is this
No,
happening?
I mean, I told him
Okay,
maybe,
yeah, Monica, yeah. man, what's
maybe
that?
like
I get to
3
bang you and all your hot friends.
Yeah,
This
we
is
were
great.
like 3 months in, and I told
Yeah.
him, you know what, I really like you. I think we're personalities click, and that's very important for me. You're a guy that I want, that I need, that this is the person I want to have in my life. And I was like, this is it.
Respect. Well, I appreciate that, and I appreciate. And by the way, we got you some gifts. No, just
I'm open.
Thank you, bro. We got you some water.
Love it.
We're wrapping the show up. Now I feel bad that I didn't get you guys gifts. I think we're gonna have to. We'll get you some Valuetainment shirts. Let's do that at the very least.
Perfect.
Just bring Patrick on.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get PBD. Natalia.
Yes.
Let's get to some super chats. Pull them up. I want to feel the audience. I want to feel the passion. I want to see what's going
You
on
want the
here.
sauce.
I want
I'll
the
pull it up
sauce on the
here.
Soscast.
I'll
Yeah.
pull it up here so you can read these, but I'm going to read some of the super chats we had.
I'm honored that you think I could read all
Yeah,
that.
I'm
right now.
old
I
and
know.
I'm blind.
I'm sorry. There you go.
I'm fucking honored that you think I can read
Well,
hieroglyphics 30 feet
Well,
away.
Okay,
But
so
it looks nice.
there you go.
Gifts are for sad people to show off. At Butterfly Fins, Adam, you stud. Thank you, buddy. Women loves gifts. Natalia, you're gonna have to help me.
I'm gonna
here.
help you out, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
read the super chats first.
Go do
So
the
we have
super chat.
Super chats.
Thank
Anime
you.
Red Pill, $10. He said Core 4, Money, Muscles, Game, and Frame.
Who said that?
That was Anime Red Pill.
Anime, respect, but MLD quoted. That's your thing.
He's one of my
Yes.
guys.
Okay, gotcha.
Gotcha. And then we have Cure He, $10. Shout out to Hot Dude Army. MLD's Core 4 have turned my life around. MMGF is definitely way. Don't forget to talk about man. Teach Sauce how not to simp.
Yeah, I'll try my best, yo. Thank you.
Don't be hating. Don't be hating.
For the record, not a sip.
Yeah,
I'm just
he's not a
canceling the
simp,
nice dinner tonight.
Just
but-
make sure you guys know that.
Good.
Then we have, let's see. We have AJ Singh. He said MLD, fire. $2 there. And then we had Rich. He said, how to establish frame with a girl from beginning, hookup, dating, relationships. I grew up by people pleasing mom, have always been the nice guy.
You know, if you don't like something that she's doing, tell her.
Yeah.
It's that simple. Like,
It's super important.
and you'll feel it. You'll feel it in your stomach, because man, you'll be like, "This bitch just said this shit to me. How dare she?" You know, you gotta
hold it in.
You gotta
No,
speak
don't.
up. You gotta speak up.
So what would be, I think maybe what they may be even asking is like, how do you even like start that conversation? Because that can be kind of sensitive, like depending on like the women. Like you also don't want to attack the.
Very good question from
You know.
Natalia. What's the first sentence?
How do you start
Listen,
that?
something is
Because
on my
women
mind.
do need to be
We got to
told,
discuss
you know,
something.
but how does a
hey,
guy
I
do
want to.
that?
Are you open to feedback? Is there?
No. You just sit them down. You do what they do to you. Hey, we need to talk. You know.
Hey, we need to talk.
Yeah.
Okay.
That whole spiel.
You know. Hey, we need to talk. Like, and you just logically give it to them. Hey, you know, you did, like, for example, you said that you wanted to go have a girls' night out. You know, your friend's having a bachelor's party. You guys want to go to Cancun without me. I'm not okay with that.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to bring any net positive to the relationship. That's going to cause more trouble, and I'm not okay with that. And I need you to understand that if you want this to continue, that can't happen. And it's one of two things that can happen. You're gonna hold your frame no matter what. She's gonna be okay with it, or if she rejects you and she says, "Oh no, I want to go to Cancun," now you know where you stand with her.
She can't
Yeah.
be trusted.
Yes.
Exactly.
Very
Yeah.
good. That was
Because
really
you know
good
what's going
advice.
on in
That-
Cancun.
I'm very good. I
It's
know you
going
knew to
down.
me. I know you knew. I'm very good.
You know what I like about John?
It is true.
The humility.
That's true.
Yeah. But it is true. It is true.
Yes, that is
Like-
very
Yeah.
true.
Natalia, keep going.
We have AJ Matthews, $5. MLD, Donovan Sharp, and Rolo helped keep myself from being a victim and instead start to thrive. And that's all of our super chats we have.
Solid.
Any advice you guys want to give to the audience today? Anything that you?
By the way,
the
I'm reading
younger
something
generation.
by scrolling a little bit because I want to butcher the name. Hatham Gaifar. Is that you?
Adam
is in a much better boss mood today than the
right.
last podcast. You killed it, brother. Thank you about that. We all have bad days, but today's that. Thank you. I am. You know what? I'm having a good day.
We
I
came back.
have a gorgeous girl on. I've got a hot dude on. Natalia has a great attitude. What? I've got money. I've got some muscles. I've learned
You're
the game,
holding my
dog.
frame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm now holding the frame down.
Yep.
Holding the motherfucking fort down. Thank you for the hot dude life. Natalia, anything more?
I think that is it. When it comes to super chats, let's see. Yeah, that's it. When I see for the chats. Aside from that, I think that's it. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, comment, share, follow our amazing guests today. I think we had some amazing
Yeah,
guests
where can
today.
people find you?
Instagram, Swedish_Bella, and my Twitter is at Bella Swedish.
Okay. Swedish Bella, Bella Swedish. You know the name, you
TikTok
know the game.
is Rest in Peace.
Hold on. What do you mean?
What?
You have a totally different TikTok
Yeah.
name?
No,
Well, it's rest in peace.
Oh, gotcha.
It's
Like
gone.
It's dead.
TikTok
It's-
stuff.
It's dead.
Why? You were shaking a little too much?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I wasn't. They're just being bad. Horrible.
Fucking China. Fucking China.
So, yeah.
MLD, where we can find you?
Just YouTube, Modern Life Dating. It's in the title here. Just click on that. Hit the subscribe button. I am back where I do a daily live stream show on my channel, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I talk about all these things, money, muscles, game frame. I've been live streaming 5 days, 6 days, sometimes 7 days a week since January 2019. I'm not going away anytime soon. My life, I'm dedicated. I have dedicated my life to helping men level up. Money, muscles, game frame. That's the life I live as well. And this is what I've been put on this earth to do. I personally believe I'm the best men's coach on the planet. And the results speak for themselves. I've taken dudes from zero status to millionaire status within 2 to 3 years. I'm very good at what I do. I'm only going to get bigger and better. I'm not really interested in clout and all. I really despise that part of this that we do. But I know it's I know it's a demon. It's a
I
deal
don't like
with
it
devil.
either.
Yeah.
So
So, but my thing is, I just want guys to know that if you are tired of your life, if you are unhappy with your dating life, if you're unhappy with your professional life, like, I can help you. All you need to do, come to my channel, participate in the chat. I do literally Monday to Friday. Friday I have a free call-in show where guys can call in. It's called Free Consultation Friday. Call in, and I answer your questions live on the air. And if you need additional help, that's available as well through the Masculine Empowerment Network.
Respect. That's what's called a happy ending right there, ladies and gentlemen. What do you want to give your final thoughts? What you want like your biggest takeaway to be for men that don't understand, the OnlyFans thing, or for women that don't understand being that, the traditional role.
Yeah.
Give us your final take on everything, Monica.
So my final take is for guys in general, you have to be more, how can I say, more secure in yourself. And you can't go by, oh, I think women want that. But because, as I said, 99% of the time, we don't fucking know what we want.
Bingo.
Okay? Just know that. When you're getting into their relationship with a woman, she doesn't fucking know what she wants. She might say that I kind of want this, but she doesn't know. So you have to be a leader. And don't be afraid to walk up to a woman and be like, hi, my name is this and that. I think you're pretty. Or, hello, I just noticed you. I think this is pretty on you. Don't be scared, because we actually like it. We don't like guys being creepy, but we like when a guy comes up to you, because if he has balls to come up to you, that means he's secure in himself. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of guys, you see, for example, Jack Black. He isn't the hottest dude. He's not.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say he's not the hottest.
Yeah,
dude. Okay.
but he
Talking about
has.
Nacho Libre
He is
here.
a good-looking guy because he has charisma.
He's got charisma,
and
for
he's
sure.
funny, and and he has a lot of hot women. So.
It also helps when you're worth, $50 million because you're a
it
major
is
movie
true,
star. That
but-
kind of helps.
It
But
does.
But
confidence.
women generally
Charisma.
do not want to date an asshole. It doesn't matter how much money you have. If you're
That's
an
true.
asshole, they don't want to date you. And if you're just a regular Joe, get out there and, go up to a lady. And don't be discouraged. Like you said, you go up the first time and she says, I have a boyfriend, and now he's discouraged. No, she had a boyfriend. Go up to somebody that's single.
Right.
You never know. I appreciate it. I love when a guy comes up to me. It boosts my ego. I think it's cute. So I love it. And for women who have high standards, you know what? If you have high standards, you have to put something to the table as well. You have to be a good person. You have to be awesome and amazing to find a guy that, wants to put up with your high standards. You have to have something to offer, because if you don't, you're going to be single forever. And I'm sorry.
You don't want that in your life.
Yeah. So
Monica,
Yes.
thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Respect. Awesome. Natalia, you killed the game again today. And I just want to thank everyone out there for listening and watching. We do this for you. I think that's essentially the whole point of the show is we want men to improve. We want men to improve in the business place, in the marketplace, in the bedroom, in the boardroom, all that fun stuff. And that's what's so important about what MLD talks about is make money, make muscles, learn game, and hold that, frame that. So today I learned that I had 3 out of the 4, and I just secured the 4th. It's done. It's good. I got it. I passed the class. I passed the test. We're holding shit down. We're
Get
having
ready for the
McDonald's tonight.
weekend.
That's it. Ready for the weekend.
Love it.
If you haven't subscribed to Valuetainment Money, subscribe, like the video. We appreciate you for being here. We'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Save that money.